Talking point, that's your grocery receipt. And Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station has the numbers, the reasons, and who's accountable. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. or listen to the podcast anywhere. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So you got into an argument. Things got heated. Then a fight broke out, and it landed you in jail. Now what? You need A Second Chance Bail Bonds. They can get you or your loved one out of jail quickly, in most cases, in a few hours. So make the right call. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Step right up, America. Got equipment to sell or looking for something ready to work? PurpleWave.com. At Purple Wave Auction, it's as easy as it gets. Easy to sell, easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve, all online. Register for free.
No reserve. Don't wait. Get swinging over to PurpleWave.com. PurpleWave.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
All right, look out. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Donald Trump speaking in Michigan. We'll get to him here in a second. See what's going on. There's a little Beatles action there. Right? 2012, the Beatles returned to the top 40 Billboard chart with the iTunes exclusive compilation Tomorrow Never Knows. The set included, 2012, the set included 14 classic songs by the band and marked the first time the Beatles released an album exclusively to iTunes that had never been previously issued. 2012. The Beatles history for you. And what's this? What song? What is this song there, Flounder? Do you know?
Tomorrow Never Knows.
That's the title song of the Tomorrow thing.
That's it.
All right, sir. Funny how that works out. I'll be damned. Kimber Pete and Flounder, look out. Birthday, so I should have told Flounder this in case you want to do a little thing later comedy-wise. Bill Engble's birthday today, part of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. You've heard him many times here. Bill Engvall is 69 years old today, and happy birthday. And I've got a history thing here, which is very sad, and I'm going to do it now and get it done with because I don't want to keep talking about it, but it just breaks my heart to think about the circumstances of why it happened, and then I'll get off it, and I apologize, but it's something you probably ought to know, or anyway, think about. 1981, a little boy named Adam Walsh, 6 years old, was at a Sears department store in Florida, St. Lucie County, Florida. His mother had left Adam, he was 6 years old, had left him playing video games with several other boys while she went shopping at the store. There was some kind of an incident and a fight, and so the security guard told the boys to leave the building. After the other boys left, Adam was alone because he didn't know them. He wasn't part of their crowd. And he's 6 and was very shy. So when the security guard kicked the other boys, all the boys out of the building, Adam left the building and then was standing there by himself and got kidnapped. And 2 weeks later, they found his head had been chopped off and left in a drainage canal. His father started America's Most Wanted, John Walsh, an advocate for victims of violence. Did America's Most Wanted. His mother, just heartbreaking, just freaking heartbreaking. A serial killer, this was 1981, a serial killer in prison for something else confessed to doing it and then later recanted. The problem is the police lost the impounded car with blood-stained carpets and the machete that the guy claimed to use to kill a little boy. So they couldn't validate his claim, and then he took it back. So the case officially is closed, and the guy, Toole, was never charged with a murder. He died in prison 15 years later. But if you get a Code Adam, it's a missing child alert safety program named after Adam Walsh. God, the poor little boy, 6 years old, and they chased him out of the building, and the other boys took off, and there he was by himself. Oh, God. Okay, anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? How about good news? Carly Simon's alive. Carly Simon is alive. It's the good news. Carly Simon has revealed that she has Parkinson's disease. By the way, Carly Simon is 81. How is that possible? Holy smokes. I keep forgetting how long I've been around. Yes, sir. Carly Simon, 81, Mockingbird, baby, with James, what's his name? He lives in the Berkshires of...
James Taylor.
James Taylor lives in the Berkshires of Western Massachusetts, along with that girl from the Harrison Ford movies where he goes, he's the explorer guy. Karen somebody. Names Karen Allen. Karen Allen. Anyway, Carly Simon, she says, I've been learning how to live with Parkinson's. It's taken time to understand it, adjust to it, and decide what I want to say publicly. She said she had arthritis in both knees and one hip, had 3 replacement surgeries for her joints, and then had a lot of trouble walking and thought, well, that's just trying to get over the surgeries. And then it got worse and worse. The Mayo Clinic took a look at her and said, you have Parkinson's. Tremors, stiffness, slow movement, balance issues, depression, anxiety, trouble sleeping. There's no cure for Parkinson's, but Carly Simon also had a basal cell carcinoma on her face. At the same time, she was suffering from Parkinson's and still is, and said it made her appearance kind of funny, so she hasn't been in public at all. Carly Simon's won 2 Grammys. And an Academy Award. She won the Oscar for Let the River Run from the movie Working Girl. Carly Simon's, working with Parkinson's disease. God bless her. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Another happy news story because I want to get over that Adam. A very happy story for a family in Nebraska. A woman named Immaculata Jackman was heartbroken. Their family just went crazy when her little dog Chong escaped from their home in Lincoln, Nebraska 5 years ago. She said, we still kept looking for him. We went to our old neighborhood, drove around, looked to see if we could see anybody walking here, if he's running around somewhere. They kept looking anywhere they might have, and it was 5 years ago. Well, somebody sent them a social media post that the dog had been found behind a truck stop in Indiana, 640 miles away. And somebody had microchipped Chong in the years that he was missing. So apparently let's see, some kind of what the hell? ASPA site type group got a hold of the dog, and they contacted the person who had microchipped the pooch to pick him up. And of course, the family, when they found out Chong was alive, they said, "Well, we want him back." I said, "Well, he's not yours. He's got a microchip belonging to somebody else, so we have to tell the somebody else who put the microchip in, we found your dog, or their new dog." But they said if the person doesn't respond within 3 days, it was the county animal shelter. If they don't respond in 3 days, the shelter can release him back to the original family. And so the people never showed up, so he got back to the original family. They were able to readopt their own puppy. And by the way, the video shows at first the dog didn't know what was going on when they tried to reunite him with the family, and then eventually he started cuddling with him and jumping up and down and barking and stuff. I remember the time when I was reunited with one of my special dogs I hadn't seen in a while for various reasons, and just heartwarming. So you got to love the family. You got to think, man, what a great story. After 5 years. And they had to hope they'd get their dog back because somebody else chipped him, which is good. I mean, anyway, but it's still a poor family. All right, now one more animal story here. Hold on a second. I got another animal story here from Georgia. A guy, it's Shark Week. And by the way, the TV stations have been doing shark stories for a long time before just this weekend. I mean, it's Shark Week, so you're going to have, I guess, Sharknado episodes, and I don't really watch the sharks flying around by the thousands of sharks flying in the air, so it just seems a little silly. So, but anyway, it's Shark Week, and in one case, actual shark attack week hit over this weekend at Daytona Beach with a Georgia guy and his pregnant fiance. The guy was waiting in waist-deep water near the beach approach at Daytona Beach shores this weekend, right before the Shark Week kicked off officially, when a 4-foot shark bit his foot and ankle. His name is Ja'Cory High. He lives in Henry County, Georgia. He said his first priority was getting his pregnant fiance out of the water. He said, "I realized right away it was a shark because of the way it bit down on my foot, but I was more worried about getting my fiance out of there." And then he said the shark kept chasing him. He said he tried to escape, and the shark was pursuing him. It came up and tried to get my arm, so I had to push the damn thing away from me. He says, "I ran and tried to get my other leg." He said the shark was gray on top and about as tall as the distance from his waist to his feet. And after the guy reached the shore, he said, "Oh, my God, I've been cut up here pretty good." He didn't realize he didn't feel really much until he got to the hospital and started giving him medicine for it. They had surgery on his foot and the attack, and his recovery might take a few months, and he says, hope the hell he can go back to work. Anyway, and again, this guy's name is Ja'Cory High from Henry County, Georgia. So if you know Ja'Cory, good luck to you, my man. And again, I've seen sharks in the water once when I was snorkeling, but I've never seen sharks close to shore where I would be wading in waist-deep water. But I guess they say don't go in murky water. I think they say murky water because a shark doesn't see. If they see something, I'm sure whether it's a fish or not. I don't know.
Have you seen the aerial shots on every Florida beach?
I know.
And they're just out of sight.
Yeah.
And they're there, hundreds of them.
Yeah, I know.
Bull sharks just waiting for you to.
And that's all I do when I go to see my kids every year. I go down to Longboat Key. I'm near Sarasota, south of Sarasota, and that's all I do is bob in the water. I kind of play in the water, like usually waist high, chest high, and just kind of float around and have fun and just goof stuff like that. And that's where if I want another, I would never go swimming out into the ocean. Put it that way. No. I would never just start, I've been in, I'll take a canoe out there with the kids, stuff like that, but I'll never go swimming and just swim out in the ocean. I mean, I guess people do that, but not me ever. No. And anyway, I mean, that's got to be freaking brutal. All right, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. You want to do another Oh, no, how about another good news story? I promise we got politics stuff. Oh, in fact, you know what? I blew the whole thing. Donald Trump is in Michigan, and he's at General Motors plant, I think.
He's not talking right now. Somebody
he's not
else.
talking.
Yeah,
but he's talking about General Motors is moving a whole thing from Mexico back to America. And again, you know what's killing me? I just saw another survey. I just saw this morning on Fox another survey, and it showed that when the issues come to the border, Republicans have a 60-40 advantage from the American public. When it comes to the economy, the Democrats have like a 60-40 advantage. On the economy, they really want to go back to the Biden days? I can't freaking believe it. And again, Donald Trump has announced he's got $17 trillion of people saying we're bringing that money to you, to America. It's right there. They're coming. In fact, this GM plant, here's another example of how America's going to be swarming in great opportunities and jobs and hometown production stuff. And again, they do a survey and it always comes out that we're screwed. We're going to lose the election. We're going to lose Congress and everybody hates Donald. I can't believe it.
Well, most people get their news from the mainstream media, and they never cover that.
Yeah. In fact, we're going to talk about the Fauci thing a little bit in a few minutes, too. Oh, my God. I heard him talking about the Fauci diary that Rand Paul released. Oh, my God, what a disgraceful individual.
Yeah.
As well as a liar, but just an egomaniac bragging about being with Barbara Streisand. And oh, my God. Just horrible. And again, the media won't cover it. All the media will not cover it. ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, MSSUX, CNN, New York Times, none of them. None of them.
He's a hero. He's a liar, and he should be in prison.
Should be in prison.
He's a hero to them.
Yeah. He's a perjurer, and he's a fixer, and he got away with it. And we got the pardon, but now he's going to be testifying in Congress in a few days, and so and if they make him try to testify and he refuses, he could be held in contempt of Congress. That's not covered by the pardon. Yeah, well, they could also make him testify about somebody else's activity in the COVID cover-up, and if he lies about that, he could still be charged with perjury for this week's activity.
He'll be dead before anybody does anything.
I know. But again,
he killed God knows how many people.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, 6-foot circles. Yeah, I remember those. Masks.
And then lied to us about where it came from. Probably still is lying about where it came from.
He was in on it. He made millions.
And we paid for it.
Yeah. All right, hold on. 3:30 already. Holy cow. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. Right, it's Happy Monday. 404-741-1230. And for Jones, the Braves, we got Holy Crap at Sports. We got a game. We got tweets. We got Flounders Funnies. And we got your phone calls here on 106.3. How's your Monday? Look out.
You can stream Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station while you work at extra1063.com. Get the latest from the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, and Neil Boortz, and stay connected at the office. That's xtra1063.com.
Summer's winding down, but that doesn't mean the fun stops at Truist Park. Come see your Atlanta Braves July 30th through August 2nd as the Nationals come to town. Fans are invited to celebrate legend Andrew Jones on his induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame on the 30th with his bobblehead giveaway presented by Curacao. Feel it for yourself. Plus an on-field presentation honoring his iconic career. Fans can then relive the magic of '96 as we celebrate 30 years since Atlanta lit the Olympic flame on the 31st. Join us for a night of music, memories, and hometown pride, followed by Friday night fireworks presented by Georgia Lottery after the game. The weekend fun continues on Saturday, August 1st with the pregame block party in the Battery Atlanta and the Braves Country's Got Talent search at the Georgia Power Pavilion. The National Series wraps up on Sunday as the first 3,000 kids will receive the Ice Cream Shorts giveaway. Visit Braves.com/promos to check out all the fun and purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett has it for you. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422-PLUM. When you sign your company's insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. We'll see you again a year later. Time for renewal. What do you say we play golf? Your business runs all year, and the gaps and the risk run all year, too. That's why I'm introducing Super Sure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex just to buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Super Sure, you can access tools like Fine Print Facts, which translates a current policy into plain English so you can see what's covered and what's not. Plus, a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is actually worth so you know what you actually need to protect. So go to supersure.com/Beck right now. One super agency, one powerful platform. All your policies in one place. That's supersure.com/Beck.
Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Yeah, look out now. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 1063. Happy Monday. There we go. A little Leonard Skinner here for you. 2001, their bass player, Leonard Skinner, Leon Wilkeson, was found dead in a hotel room in Florida. Leon Wilkeson was only 49 years old. Leonard Skinner had the 1974 number 8 single, Sweet Home Alabama. I'm surprised it only made number 8. And the 82 British single, Free Bird, that only made number 21. Leon Wilkeson, 49 years old, passed away 25 years ago. Our birthday, we're going to go with Donald Trump in a second. Our birthday list includes Betty Thomas. I remember Betty Thomas from Hill Street Blues, rather tall, blonde woman. Betty Thomas is 79. She was an actress in Hill Street Blues, and then she turned into being a very good director. Betty Thomas directed Dr. Dolittle, the Brady Bunch movie, and she directed The Late Shift. Wasn't that the one with Fonzie and the girl from Cheers as the hooker? Wasn't that that was The Night Shift.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, one of those, I don't remember. Anyway, Betty Thomas, 79. Sorry. And now, 1953. The 3-year Korean War officially ends with the signing of an armistice between the United States and Korea. Both sides claimed victory. The agreement created the Korean Demilitarized Zone to separate North and South Korea and allowed the return of prisoners. However, they never signed a peace treaty. And so technically we're still at war with Korea. Never actually signed an armistice. They just said, well, they signed an agreement to stop fighting, but they didn't sign a peace treaty. Anyway, that's the reason, the Korean War is the reason I joined the Marines. Because the stories I heard on the radio as a little boy. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let's go back. Donald Trump's in Michigan, Flounder. Can you pipe him up here for a second, see what he sees at the GM plant?
You couldn't get eggs. They wanted me to use plastic eggs for the Easter egg hunt, because they were unable to get eggs.
Talking about the economy.
And I said, we'll take care of it. We got it taken care of quickly. Now eggs are much lower than they were when we first started.
Pointing it out,
and that's
you
true with
Democrats.
everything else. And you'll see how true it's going to be after we get rid of the nuclear threat of Iran, which will be very quickly.
All right, here we go. Turning it around.
But I had nothing to do with it. You know, they have this term. So here I am. I'm one day in office, and the fake news goes, affordability. Affordability. I said, what's affordability? What's that all about? Prices are too high. I said, we're here for less than 24 hours. But we've brought down prices. Last week it was announced that inflation's gone down faster than at any time in the last 6 years. When the fuel comes down, which it did for a little while, then they didn't behave and I had to go back, and now they're behaving again. You know, it's like playing a banjo. But every day we're fighting to put more money in your pockets, and that's what we're doing, and we're doing it better than anyone. At the same time, we're making this country safe, because we're not going to let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. You want to see disruption? You want to see some disruption? But with the help of our Republican majorities in Congress, I proudly signed the largest tax cuts in American history for the second time, because in my first term, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country. We got hit with COVID at the end, but we did a great job in that. Operation Warp Speed and the whole thing. We did a great job. Didn't get credit, but that's okay. But we had the greatest economy in the history of the country. And we're blowing it away this time. We're blowing it away. You're going to see the results very soon. I'm a little bit upset because in 2.5 years, you may have a different president. May. And that president will be saying how great the economy is doing. Look at all the jobs that he produced. We have more factories being built than at any time in our country's history. They're all going to be opening now and soon. And I got some guy or woman who is going to take credit for that. Will you please remember that I did it, okay? I did it.
At least he's talking about the economy.
I'll be sitting home. I'll be reading the papers. I'll be watching television. And I'll be having some guy like last time, a real idiot, stand up, say, we are doing record business. We are making more automobiles. But by the way, don't worry about it, Mary. They'll screw it up. It won't take them long to screw it up. But we're not going to let that happen. Our great, big, beautiful bill gave us no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, right? That's our big deal. And the overtime you're working, and I don't know much, but I know you're making a lot of cars, more than you've ever made before. I assume, are they getting a little overtime, Mary? She doesn't want to say it. She is. I know you are. No tax on that overtime. Think of the no tax on tips in Nevada. I went, and a young lady came over, a beautiful waitress. She was a waitress and very beautiful, but I'm not allowed to say that politically, because if you call somebody beautiful, that's usually the end of your political career. But she happened to be beautiful. But she happened to be beautiful. And I say, what's going on? Oh, sir, I'm getting killed with tips. I'm getting killed. Sir, there should be no tax on tips. I say, what? I'm sitting down with a group of people, very boring group. We're all bored. At my hotel in Las Vegas, and she comes up and she says, sir, there should be no tax on tips.
That's a well-known story. And by the way, I wish I printed this out now. I read a story over the weekend. It might have been even this morning. I can't remember. I had a doctor's appointment. And boy, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Hold on. What is it with all their forms? Sorry. An article, I think it said something like 30 states are still taxing tips and overtime. And they're doing it in a way where if the person doesn't want to claim the overtime for tax purposes, they get a lower percentage of something and they end up losing money. But again, most of the states run by Democrats are still deducting taxes for tips.
Well,
they're saying screw you the bill.
They need that money to shuffle off to their NGOs, to shuffle it back to them and win elections with. They need the power.
They're just not doing it. They're just still taking the money out. And if you try to go get it, then there's I don't know. I feel guilty. I should Google it later. But again, it was like 28 or 30 states and most of them run by Democrats, the ones they're talking about, we're still taking taxes out of tips. And people can't really do much about it. Once again.
Okay, next time we evoke states' rights, I don't want to hear a peep.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everybody can eat me. How about that? And did you hear Bortz's commentary this morning about Minnesota? Minnesota now, in public schools, starting in kindergarten, is having dolls with interchangeable trans parts.
Indoctrination.
Yeah.
Public school.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids for kindergarten 1 through 5. You know what? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Who's behind that?
Tranny dolls, where you can replace the parts. A 5 or 6 or 7-year-old girl or boy is going to say, "Oh my God, you mean I can get one of those things like that boy has?" Yeah, sure. Just get one. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah. Oh my God.
State will pay for it.
I'm seriously, I'm flabbergasted. All right. Well, anyway, hold on. All right. And by the way, I've got another a good news story. A rather remarkable story about a California guy named Kai Sato, 39 years old, left Catalina Island, California, June 7th on a sailboat. 2 weeks later, the mast on his sailboat snapped. He ran out of gas, and his phone died. So now he's floating helplessly outside of shipping lanes. Catalina Island. He was left crying. He said, "I was crying for days, felt like a sitting duck. Waves are pushing me farther and farther away from anywhere, shipping lanes or anything else. I cried for a week, drifting south, miserable. I was going to just try to turn my motor on and suffocate and kill myself." He said after 5 days of thinking about it, because he was just going out to sea, and a broken sailboat that he couldn't do anything with. He started making makeshift repairs with PVC pipes and kayak paddles. And he was eating leftover oatmeal, and a lot of fish and squid landed in his boat from flying waves and wind and stuff. He was also drinking, again, this guy alone on a broken sailboat. He was drinking condensation he gathered from a bucket of seawater. He was licking it to survive, because you can't drink salt water. It took him a month. He somehow got back into a shipping lane from California to Hawaii, and a passing container ship said, "Gee, there's a boat out there." They showed a snapped mast, the waves beating down on him as he fought the Pacific. Even trying to rescue him, it took several attempts to lower a ladder to try to save him. So they gave him clothes and food. He says, "Oh my God." So now this guy, a month at sea, living on fish and squid that jumped into his boat. Okay, I mean, yowie. I mean, by the way, you can't cook it. So, this fish jumps into your boat. Well, you got to eat it.
Sushi.
I guess, I assume he had a knife to get the scales off it or something, but still, yeah, but raw, oh, God. And squid, I don't think so. Well, if you're starving, you'll eat it. Anyway, after a month, and now catch this, he's staying with a relative in Hawaii for the moment, but he says, "Yeah, I'm going to get a bigger boat and go to the Philippines."
He's an idiot.
Good luck to you. 39 years old.
They have airplanes that fly overhead.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's really hard to freaking believe. I hold everything. We got another animal story, too. Plus, we got politics. We got stuff. We got Pete's tweets. I got my tweets, somebody's tweets. And we got a game, and we got Flounders Funnies, and you. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day in the steamy. And that group outside, holy cow. If you didn't see the video, Facebook and YouTube, I printed up there. Oh, my God. There's somebody going to be fainting. Look out.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
You know what you get back when you call the Trusted Toolbox? You get your time back, you get your family back, and you get your house back. No more spending weekends fixing loose doors, drywall cracks, or that list that never ends. With our handyman for a day, one skilled professional shows up, knocks out multiple repairs in one visit. Everything from drywall to ceiling fans changed out, painting, trim work, and so much more. Stop working on your house every weekend. Call the Trusted Toolbox, get your time back, and get it done right the first time. Book your appointment today at thetrustedtoolbox.com.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Have you downloaded your mobile driver's license yet? If no, why not? The Georgia Digital Driver's License and ID is available in your Apple, Google, and Samsung wallet. It's free, secure, and easy to use. Download it today to skip the line when you visit a DDS center. To learn more about Georgia's digital license and ID, visit dds.georgia.gov. That's dds.georgia.gov. Sponsored by the Georgia Department of Driver Services.
The Morning Extra, every weekday on your drive to work.
Congressman Tim Burchett on the Morning Extra.
15 to 20% of the population that's eligible to vote, go vote. And then when 40% of the evangelical Christians stay home and 30% of the gun owners stay home on election day, I mean, they listen to those cluckheads on The View, I guess, to tell them what to think. And then they gripe and say, well, what's the use if I go vote? It's going to be stolen. Well, you got to put so many points on the dadgum board that they can't steal it. That's what you got to do.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
Yeah, what do you want, baby? Just say it out loud. I'll give it to you. Well, why don't you say so? Little Spice Girls, eh? 1996, Spice Girls scored their first British number one with Wannabe. 7 weeks at number one, and won the Best British Written Single. It was the 1997 Ivor Novella Awards and the Best Single at the 97 Brit Awards. The Girl Power song became the best-selling single by a female group, selling more than 6 million copies around the world. Spice Girls. 1996. Our birthday list, let's see, we'll keep a little music thing going here. It was the 1st of June, or was it the 5th of June? I don't know. Bobby Gentry, Ode to Billy Joe, is either 82 or 84. I can't figure it out, but anyway, Bobby Gentry is 82 or 84. Ode to Billy Joe, very famous. And, what's up, Doc? What's the matter with Pete? You don't like her, or what?
No. She's the one that my grandmother didn't introduce me to.
Oh, was that the one in the car with the pie?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell. And again, very quickly, I just told the story basically, but you were
standing with my grandparents in Mississippi. This nice car pulls up, and the window rolls down. My grandmother goes out and talks to this lady in the back seat. Then she comes in and gets a cake she had baked and carries it out there. And I said, "Who's that?" As she drove away. And my grandmother goes, "Oh, that's that singer Bobby Gentry or something." Oh, thanks, Grandma. I didn't want to meet her.
Bobby Gentry.
You know? Yeah.
Is either. I mean, what a story! I mean, that's
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right. That sounds about right for grandparents. That's about right. Anyway, Kimber Pete Flounder. On this day in 1940, the cartoon rabbit. What's up, Doc? Bugs Bunny. Hey, that wasn't bad. What's up, Doc? Bugs Bunny makes his official debut in the cartoon A Wild Hare, Hare. It's considered the first official Bugs Bunny cartoon. However, unnamed versions of Bugs Bunny with no name yet appeared in Porky's Hare Hunt and other film shorts before, what's that? Porky's, yeah. Before Bugs' definitive characterization in 1940. Yeah, Porky's, that was a whole different, oh, eek, it's a mouse. No, sorry, man, that's not quite true. Anyway, Kim, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Just for a minute, another minute, we'll go and check in on Donald Trump, see what he's doing here real quick. Flounder, oh, I'm sorry, Flounder's gone. There he is. If you could, we'll do Donald Trump just for a second here.
Lisa McLean, stand up, Lisa. Great.
He may just be
She's
talking
great.
to the
She
crowd,
is great.
thanking people.
And she's tough, too, I want to tell you. I'm not going to say she comes in a small body, but
No.
she comes with one house. She comes with fire and brimstone, right, Lisa? And we love Lisa.
Oh, that's that
respected by everybody.
brunette chick that I like to see because she looks like she's drunk all the time.
18 years he's been doing it. And
That's fine. Sorry, Flounder. We can. Flounder's trying to get the phone, and I'm sorry. There we go. Anyway, he's at a rally. He's trying to help because they got this, this El Sayed Wakanga guy running from Syria or something to be their new senator and congressman and all this kind of stuff. So Donald Trump's actually got a rally going here in Michigan, the battleground state. And he's been bragging about the economy and giving us good news, so that's a good sign. Let's see. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, I got another animal story. We got some politics here, and I got an AI thing with Elon Musk that I want to get to also. And we have a Flounders Funny coming up here, I guess, very shortly here as well, too. 404-741-1230. In Rhode Island, a man from Rhode Island visiting in Connecticut claims he came face-to-face with Bigfoot. And he says Bigfoot has no boobs. I swear that's what... Kevin Klimas was driving home from a holiday weekend in Voluntown, I guess, in Connecticut when something huge and hairy bolted across the road just past the cabin's dirt driveway, making this guy freeze behind the wheel. What crossed in front of his headlights, he says, was not a bear. It stood 8.5 feet tall, walked on two legs, and was covered head to toe in matted, greasy brown hair. He also said the beast had no visible genitalia or other anatomy signifying whether it was male or female. He said there were no boobs. And he was interviewed by the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, dedicated to Sasquatch sightings. The question of the creature's anatomy comes after a 1967 film you may have seen in history by a guy named Roger Patterson. The famous footage showed Bigfoot being a large fur-covered bosom. And he said, if females are that big, I don't want to see the male. But he said the creature's legs are shorter than its torso. Its arms hung down past its knees. And it had a wingspan of 8 or 9 feet if his arms were spread out. The creature had a cone-shaped head, very little hair on his face, and walked like a human. It crossed the road in 2 steps and disappeared. He was deemed credible by the researchers' organization, called a Class A report, which means he actually saw the thing. His description matches that provided by a guy and his aunt, who reported seeing the same thing in 2019 near that same place. And he said the description is basically identical. So, I don't know. Now, is that possible that there are hairy, furry, non-human... somebody said that they're trying to find evidence whether it's a cross with a human. I mean, could this be a UFO thing? Could this be an extraterrestrial?
Well, you need to go up to the Bigfoot Museum and check it out.
But, I mean, I guess you have to just have faith and hope this guy's not... making up a story. But again, if he's telling the truth, then how could they not find it? If he says, I saw the beast over here's the cabin, he walked across this road. So how is it possible they can't do? How is it possible they don't have cameras and drones where they could scour every square freaking inch of within 200 miles? How could I mean, there's no way that, unless he's got a cave underground and never comes out except once in a while to go in the woods. Or I mean, I don't believe it. How do you eat or
it'd have to live underground in the heat of summer. It can't be walking around with that much fur. It's got to be in a cool underground area a lot.
Yeah, but you would think there's no way way that they could hide all these years. I mean, these sightings have been going on for 100 years or more, I guess, probably.
It's called drugs and hallucination.
I wonder if they're from outer space. I mean, I wonder if these are the extraterrestrials. Well, what? Why not? We don't know.
And they don't know how to shower?
Well, maybe they came here, a couple of thousand years ago, and they saw a bear and said, oh, they're little like dancing light objects or something. They look like little miniature butterflies or something. And they said, well, let's go look like that creature, and we'll go to human Earth with looking like that guy. And they made a mistake, and it's okay, like a guy bear combination. I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, if they're, I mean, really, I mean, is it possible that there are such creatures? Really?
Have you been on the pipe?
I've been on the pipe a little bit. Take the pipe. A famous line from one of the Woody Allen movies where the guy's arguing with his wife and she's yelling at him. He says, take the pipe. No, he meant the car. Exhaust fumes. Hey, Flounder, how about a Flounders Funny? Or not. I don't know. Either way, it'd be good. Rather have one if you want to. It'd be good.
1 second.
All right. Damn computer. He had it all ready to go, and I messed him up. All right, stand by. We got a little Flounders Funny here. Then we got the news, and we got Pete Day. We got a game. We got sports. We got freaking Braves. We got and this Contra thing. Holy criminy!
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Sorry, stand by.
I'm afraid to fly. There's a lot of accidents lately. Have you noticed that? There's more accidents than usual. I'm telling you, it's all that DEI hiring. They're pulling in people that aren't qualified. They admit it, too. I mean, look no further than last year. Did you see that Delta flight that landed in Toronto, Canada? Upside down? Little Cirque du Soleil trick shot landing? Do you guys know who was flying that plane?
A woman.
A woman. Close. But no, he's wrong. The answer is 2 women. Double that. Daily double. That's right. And now my friend is a pilot for Spirit Airlines, okay? He was a subway conductor, and that's just the next level up. So he comes over. He's got all the data of all the accidents for the last 50 years by race, gender, age. Do you know the odds of 2 women landing a plane upside down? 100%.
I mean, it was right. 2 girls upside down. All right, hold everything. It's coming up on 4 o'clock. We got your news. We got stuff. And AI, man, Elon Musk is blowing my mind on this stuff. Right, go on, stand by. Look at it.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
The president making history in Michigan. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, just becoming the first sitting president to visit a GM facility known as the Proving Grounds, where new technologies are tested.
This land bears the tire marks of every model of the legendary Chevy Corvette. It bears the scars of the first auto safety test.
It's also where the presidential limousine, the Beast, is tested. His stop in suburban Detroit meant to reinforce the Trump economic agenda, days before midterm primaries in Michigan.
And it was workers like you who built this country. And now it's the men and women like you who are making it bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. We are doing unbelievably well as a country.
Democrats argue the country is ready for change. In the Michigan Senate race, progressive candidate Abdul El Sayed is trying to unseat Congresswoman Haley Stevens in the Democratic primary. The winner would face Republican Mike Rogers, who's running unopposed in the GOP primary. The president calling the talks with Iran very friendly moments ago after a pause in fighting over the weekend. But he also continues to warn a return to U.S. strikes is ready if needed. The suspect detained in a deadly shooting during a festival in Seattle yesterday is just 15 years old.
We have to determine the nexus behind what happened. Obviously, with someone so young, we have to determine if this person is a part of a group or a part of a gang.
Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes, as the search for a second suspect continues, investigators have said they believe the 2 suspects were shooting at each other through the crowd. 3 people were killed, at least 4 wounded. A mixed start to the week on Wall Street. The Dow up 262 points at the bell as oil prices sink. America is listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Why does Progressive love protecting truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite candles and yoga instructors. Truckers unite fake plants with people who shouldn't own living plants. Truckers unite French press coffee makers with the most pretentious person you know. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive now offers truckers even more protection on cargo with its enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
All right, look out now. Here we go. It's only me. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 1063 404-741-1230. 741-1230 with Queen. 1986. Queen became the first Western act since Louis Armstrong in 1964 to perform in Eastern Europe. Queen played at Budapest Nepstadon in Hungary. The gig filmed and released as Queen Magic in Budapest. I believe it's pronounced Budapest properly. You know, Queen did good music, I have to say. You know, they have good beats and good rhythm and harmony.
Well,
you know,
they live for your affirmation. So
well,
knowing that you
I wanted them to
okay?
be happy as we go along here.
Now that Freddie's gone, you should have said something earlier.
Well, I could have been with the group. You know, of course, I got the lower voice on kind of the active. The octave would be a couple lower than regular. But anyway, now Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, thank you. Let's see, 404-741-1230. Oh, they're still playing the stuff about the DSA co-chair woman. If you see that fat chick with the funny red glasses, we'll talk about it in a second. Our birthday list includes Maya Rudolph. Maya Rudolph is entertaining, very comical lady, I think. Maya Rudolph's 54, was on Saturday Night Live quite a bit, and also Bridesmaids and so forth. Maya Rudolph. And on this day in history, 1919, a Chicago race riot left dozens of black people and a dozen or so white people killed and 500 hurt. 1,000 between 1,000 and 2,000 residents, mostly black, lost their homes. The rioting lasted 7 days, and it began when a 17-year-old black kid named Eugene Williams drifted onto a white-only beach on the south side of Chicago, holding onto a railroad tie in the water. A white man, I assume he couldn't swim, and he was using I didn't know railroad ties floated. I guess they do. And he was holding onto a railroad tie, and some white guy started throwing stones at him and his friends, and one of them hit him in the head and caused him to let go of the railroad tie, and he drowned. Police refused to arrest the guy who threw the rocks, and that led to the riots. It took 7 days of people dying, and 2,000 people lost their homes, and the National Guard had to be called in. 1919, Chicago. You know, the Democrat city of Chicago. I don't think they've ever had a Republican in Chicago, anyway. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Also, they're playing all weekend long. They played a couple of the different women on Fox, had interviews with that woman who's the assistant director or associate director of the so-called Democratic Socialists, DSA, whatever. They're communists. And it was yes or no, true or false questions when Shannon Bream, I think it was on her Sunday show or something, had this woman on representing the Democrats, socialists who were communists. And Shannon Bream said, are you in favor of getting rid of the Supreme Court? Yes. Are you in favor of getting rid of the Senate? Yes. Are you in favor of, just one after another. Are you in favor of giving citizenship to all those illegals? Yes. Are you in favor of getting rid of the police? Yes. Are you in favor of getting rid of prisons? Yes. I mean, one after another. Again, they're saying it out loud, and they're bragging about how much support they're getting. And at the same time, a few more Democrats are trying to stand up to them, while others are still saying we have this big tent. So the they're exploding, and you know they're going nuts. In fact, there was a story over the weekend about the Democratic Party chairman, the DNC party chairman, threw his phone at one of his aides the other day in a writ of fellas change. He threw his phone at one of his aides because they couldn't figure out how to stop all the socialists from taking over the party. I mean, they're losing their minds. And it's freaking hysterical because they asked her point blank, no more Senate. Yeah, no more Senate, no. It's unbelievable. How about private ownership of property? Well, no, we can't. Oh, okay. How about government control of business? Yep. I mean, it's hysterical.
Well,
and they're getting
the
more
platform is to destroy society so they can come in and replace it with something else.
Unbelievable. And speaking of replacing society, I'm going to jump here to we got a couple of political things about this freaking Robert Massey again, too. What a sleaze bag. And he's going after an Atlanta company that keeps track of license plate stuff to get reads for cops and missing kids and stuff. We'll get to that here in a second. Also, the Fauci diary business. A whole bunch of things coming up here. But first, I saw this story, and it gets a little wordy after a while. But basically, Elon Musk has come out with a 5-year prediction about AI and humanity. The future, he says, is going to be very, very different from the past. There's no analogy or metaphor that illustrates the magnitude of change we're going to experience. Elon Musk said, 1, he believes within a few years, artificial intelligence will exceed human intelligence. And he said there could be as many as 1 billion humanoid robots. An AI-fueled age of abundance, making cash meaningless. There really won't be anything AI won't be able to do better than humans other than being a human. He said, I think AI may exceed the sum of human intelligence in about 5 years. The outcome is an age of amazing abundance where anyone can have anything they can think of. It may sound preposterous. Of course, there are things that might derail this, like a massive global thermonuclear war. But assuming there's no World War III, I think we're headed for an age of amazing abundance. A message of optimism. Within 5 years, there could be 100 million humanoid robots, maybe 1 billion, replacing manual labor. He says, Elon Musk, I would predict the economy is probably twice its current size in 5, maybe 6 years, because you're going to hit a doubling period when economic output is increasing so fast. Elon Musk has said before, saving for retirement now is pointless. Don't worry about squirreling money away for retirement in 10 or 20 years. It won't matter. You won't need to save for retirement if any of the things that we've said are true. Saving for retirement will be irrelevant. The AI boosters say inevitably the result is some kind of universal basic income to support humans with nothing left to do. The services will be there to support you. You'll have the home, you'll have health care, you'll have entertainment. But other people, one researcher named Chris Martinson said AI is the Tower of Babel, my friends. I believe this AI thing, our Tower of Babel, it's a device we've convinced ourselves we can finally get that exalted seat next to God, even parody. We are God now. And, of course, the lack of humility, the pride, the arrogance has always backfired. Another offer, a futurist, Professor Rocky Scopolidi, says the future of work isn't fundamentally a labor problem, it's becoming a governance problem. Automation can create extraordinary abundance. It doesn't automatically create fairness. Ownership will matter more than technology. Defining economic question won't be, will AI replace workers? It'll be, who owns the robots and the data and the intelligence. Every industrial revolution changed how people worked. AI may be the first that changes why people work.
Well, a lot of people without work have no purpose. They don't. What will they do?
Yeah. Especially when you don't have to do anything to survive.
You think all the people who retire and then go back to work in a year or two because they can't stand it. There's no purpose in getting up in the morning.
And one more quick, another reaction from the World Economic Council projects $170 million will be created by AI and $92 million will be gone. A net gain of $78 million. Goldman Sachs, though, says 300 million full-time jobs globally are at risk of automation. Professor Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, predicts mass joblessness. It's going to replace everybody.
Yeah.
You'll have to be.
How do they?
Where's
the money come from to give them their universal basic income?
Right. Well, from the robots making things that people still need to buy or sell else. I mean, if we don't need anything, then why would we buy anything? So I don't know how
the money to buy anything.
Yeah, I know. You said you'd have to be very skilled to have a job that AI just couldn't do. He said human-level performance on most, if not all, professional tasks now. If you're sitting down at a computer, it'll be fully automated in the next 18 months. That's how fast he believes. This one guy, professor of AI guy, says it could be 18 months, and anybody who sits at a computer to work, you won't be needed. AI will be able to do it. Unprecedented transformation of our economy, larger than the Industrial Revolution over a vastly shorter period of time.
Yeah, it's going to be very short. He's right about that.
Already.
Good or bad, it's going to happen overnight.
I use Grok almost every day.
I know.
I mean, me.
For everything.
And I don't know how to use my phone. I mean, I'm serious. If you told me to try to make a chart or something on my phone and send it to you guys, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But I call Grok and get information from the worldwide something.
You call Grok, how what do y'all talk about?
Anything I want. And she's a girl.
Conversations. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, seriously. Oh, man. We're in for it. I'll tell you. All right. Give her Pete Flatter. Happy Monday. Look at it. Here we go.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Sometimes, make that often, I go through the internet looking for good material for a commentary. Often, I find little items that I don't think I could make 2 full minutes of, so I set them aside to be included in a commentary like this one with just a few brief pointers. How about this one? In the Northeast now, they're introducing taxpayer-funded trans dolls to kids as young as 4 in early education, kindergarten, 1st grade. These trans dolls have removable genitalia so that you could take body parts off of one and put them onto another to celebrate transgenderism. How wonderful. Now, you know that in New York, in government paperwork, they no longer refer to mother and father. They instead use a term something like menstruating parent and non-menstruating parent. They don't want to be offensive. And lately, within the last week, they've decided they're no longer going to use the term inmate for inmates. They will now be persons in custody or something ridiculous like that. So Shelley Hagan in Brooklyn wrote a letter to the editor saying that no longer can you use biased terms like mother and father. Now you can't use inmate. And it turns out being called an inmate is just as offensive as being called a mother or a father. And one more thing, a recent survey of young Democrats, a majority of young Democrats, 54%, say that they are embarrassed to be Americans. Less than 25% say they love America. Let's put them in the public office, right? Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Purple Wave Auction Box.
Hey there, folks. If you're buying or selling equipment, ride the wave.
Ride the wave. Purple Wave Auction makes it easy to sell.
Easy to buy. Construction, ag, fleet, and government equipment. All no reserve. All online.
All online.
Cruise on over to purplewave.com and get in the groove today.
Purplewave.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the honest car guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
And not much when it came to your husband, that's for sure. Tina Turner finally filed for divorce. It was on this day in 1976. Her husband Ike, 16 years they were together, had a great musical partnership, but their relationship was physically, emotionally, and financially abusive for years. Tina Turner cited irreconcilable differences. He tried to basically kill her. Tina Turner wrote in her memoir, My Love Story, he used my nose as a punching bag so many times I could taste blood running down my throat when I sang. He broke my jaw. I couldn't remember what it was like not having a black eye. You should have killed him a long time ago. And there's a lot of ways to do it, ladies. If he's beating you, and you're scared to death, and you can't get out with a, lawyer to get you to a safe house, with your kids or whatever to do, there are ways to prove to your girlfriends and everybody else that he was trying to kill you, and you successfully fought back. Make sure that you drag his fingernails across your face, even when he's dead, just to get your skin under his nails, Now that I'm not saying that, I'm not, suggesting that or anything. I'm just saying, just for evidence, wife beaters. Seriously, there may be nothing. There are very few things with children beating a kid. But anyway, whatever. All right, I'm just saying. I know that's wrong. Okay, I'm not a role model. All right, leave me alone. That's right. Name of my book. Shut up and leave me alone.
I love when you debate yourself.
I know. I can't help it. I'm not good. I'm falling apart. My doctor's appointment today. I'm sorry. I got to get them.
Dr. Vinny Boombot?
Vinny Boombot. Actually, it's a little hot babe, but I don't know. I never got to see her. They conned me. I'm telling you, they conned me. All right, hold on. Our birthday list, let's do a birthday list. So I got someone here. Oh, no, why can't I find it? Oh, here we go. Donnie Yen is 63. I don't know him I know him now, and I know the issue he's in. Donnie Yen, 63. He was the blind high-table assassin Kane in John Wick Chapter 4. John Wick, there's the series of them. Now I'd forgotten there are 4 of them now. Blind high-table assassin in John Wick 4, and the upcoming spinoff called Kane, which was his name, and again, apparently they were like, he's blind and an assassin. He's also the blind monk in Star Wars Rogue One, and he's Mulan's mentor in the live-action Mulan movie. Donnie Yen, 63. And by the way, speaking of John Wick, are you guys fans of... Oh, God, we just, the shaved head guy. Hold on, I'll get it. Oh, God, I hate this.
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. Over the weekend, when I scatter through it, I record. I don't watch that much TV in a row for hours and hours, but I do record stuff. And one of the things I recorded and started watching back, in fact, I did see it over the course of the whole weekend, was a movie called Beekeeper. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It's one of the Jason Statham. Have you ever seen it? Jason Statham movie. No, he's got a whole bunch that I didn't know about. And they had like a marathon, a couple back to back. There's one where he saves his daughter, and there's a whole bunch of them where he becomes a hero and stuff. This one, the beekeeper, was basically the story like John Wick. I mean, holy moly! He would take on like 30 guys and beat them. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was all for a good cause. Getting revenge and vengeance. But it's just fighting. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just one thing after another. I mean, just unbelievable.
Beating each other, Kim?
Just talk about typecasting. My God. I mean, seriously. An amazing skill. Actually, just even filming it. I mean, he's got to be doing that stuff even to film it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, Jason Statham, and it's called Beekeeper. And it was the damnedest movie.
Street performer. He was a street performer who was like bilking people out of their money on the streets and worked his way into
hustling. Really, is that right? Oh, I didn't know that. You mean cheating them or just entertaining them?
It's kind of a thin line, I think.
Yeah, that's very possible. Anyway, the movie it was really strange and had a really bizarre final. Anyway, it was if you see it, it might be worth some time. But it's all violence and fighting and stuff, and for a good cause. Anyway, all right, and now a quick history thing here. On this day in 1940. Billboard magazine publishes its first music popularity chart. 1940 for July 20th. Among the lists for July 20th in 1940, the top 10 best-selling retail records, Frank Sinatra topped the list with I'll Never Smile Again. Previous Billboard lists were based on sales as reported by record companies, whereas the new modern Billboard in 1940 were based on actual sales from the record stores. So they figured they got more of a accurate thing there with the thing. 1940 Billboard. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Donald Trump was just in Michigan. He still is in Michigan. Was talking to the GM plant, which is now moving from Mexico and bringing all those jobs and all that money back to America. And his message was positive on the economy, and I don't know whether anybody's ever going to hear it because the mainstream media is. I wonder whether they're even. It's the President of the United States. You would think any producer worth his salt or has any kind of conscience or character would demand you cover the president in a situation like this where the country's pulling itself apart and the issue of the economy is exploding like crazy. You would think that they would, and I wonder how they're going to do it. They'll probably just show a picture of the Donald Trump talking to the crowd and then have nothing but negative reaction from Democrats on the news tonight when you get home. It's astounding. And this guy, and it's never going to end, too, until these people are gone. How about, remember, Thomas Massey, the Congressman Thomas Massey? He now has introduced, first of two things. Thomas Massey is the only Republican to vote with all the Democrats to try to make the House sue Donald Trump for violating the War Powers Act. One Republican with all the Democrats, Thomas Massey, who just got his ass handed to him. And again, Donald Trump wanted him gone, and he's gone because he's a scumbag. As far as I'm concerned, he's an insurrectionist from the inside. And he's going, not only is he trying to block Donald Trump from doing anything more in Iran, he's also introducing a bill to take away money, federal funding, from any government or police department that uses the Flock Safety Security Camera Plan. Massey's that guy from Kentucky, the Republican who lost his job. Flock Safety is an Atlanta company, and they have those smart cameras that can track a car based on the dents in its frame, bumper stickers, and roof racks. And so Massey now is trying to get, he says, we need to protect the Fourth Amendment, seizure and security and law-abiding citizens and things, our own, private office and stuff. So he'll be gone from Congress in January, and he's already, the company Flock Safety has already wired itself into 5,000 police agencies and 90,000 cameras. The president of Flock Safety, it's an Atlanta company. He once described the haters as terrorist organizations. He said the cameras are a vital tool in helping modern-day police solve crimes, recover stolen vehicles, locate gunshots, track fleeing suspects, and issue Amber Alerts. But the critics say it also gets Big Brother mass surveillance. 18 officers in Georgia, including a police supervisor who used the camera to track her boyfriend, have been 18 officers arrested for misusing flock safety camera data.
Yeah.
The company
Big Brother.
Yeah, that's right. A growing movement of anti-flock vigilantes. The company estimates it supported more than 1 million investigations and have located 10,000 missing people. On the other hand, this is a serious thing.
So, you want security or you want freedom?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to have both, especially if they put cameras everywhere.
Right. Now, as far as I'm concerned, frankly, I understand having video cameras in public places.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's reasonable. I think it's so. Again, it really depends what you're looking for and what you're doing with the information. So I think the system needs to be tackled properly, but not the idea of it is reasonable. It seems to me.
There's cameras everywhere in Great Britain. How's that society going right now?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the use when it's done for a positive use is obviously good. If you can find a missing kid because you've had the license plate, 100 miles away, God bless you. So
it's true.
And by the way, and speaking of the AI and stuff and these cameras and stuff, again, coming into work today, I don't know what it is. For some reason, there was very little traffic for most of the route, and I stood at these traffic. A freaking Alpharetta has got traffic lights that last forever, and when there's nobody anywhere, how could they? And they do have trip lights, so they know when a car comes, it will trip the thing. Why don't they just do AI for every major intersection in America? I mean, it's amazing the time you would be able to just cut off everything and save gas and idling. I mean, it's just incredible that somebody hasn't just done it. Do it. I don't know. I mean, how could some company not go to a city and say, I'm Billy Fernman from AI Associates, and I've got a system where I can put AI cameras in all of your traffic lights. It'll take me about 2 weeks, and you will never have to worry about anybody getting stuff in a traffic jam again.
It's coming.
How could they not be doing it?
Have self-driving cars, so it'll just hook up.
And in the last couple of weeks, I've heard the guys right before us. One of them is a self-driving car nut, and he bought himself an Elon car. What do you call him? A Tesla. He got himself a Tesla, and he freaking loves it. And his kid loves it. And I can't remember which one it is. Clay. I think it's Clay. Clay Travis has it. And he was saying that all the surveys he's done, all the research he's done, has shown that self-driving cars are way safer than driving cars that we drive.
Yep.
By a mile.
Problem is,
not even close.
Someone else can shut that car down if it doesn't want you going somewhere.
Yeah. And keep track of everything that's going on there, including video cameras. Remember, they got a kid acting up in a self-driving car, and they called the cops. Remember, the kid was squirting a
Waymo or whatever.
Yeah, and he was squirting a squirt gun out the window or whatever it was, and the Waymo people saw the video of him doing it and called the police on him, and the police pulled him over.
I thought he took him to the police station. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I beg your pardon. I think he drove him to the police station. I called the cops and drove him there.
Away you go.
Yeah. I mean, how funny is that? Here's your prisoner, officer. Hey, kid, guess what? This ain't home. Anyway. All right, look out. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Listen, you want to do a game? Let's do a game. Pete has a game. Let's do a game next.
Sure.
You want to do a game?
Sure. Find it.
And we got politics. If you can find one, if you don't have one there. And also, remember Brooke Baldwin? Kind of a hottie chick.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? She's back in the news. And a cat fight with Megyn Kelly. Yeah, working herself up like a new single hot mom or something. Anyway, all right, look out. Here we go. 106.3. Look out.
The world's watching to see if America still leads. And Extra 106.3 is always watching out for your values, your community, and your voice. Strength on the world stage starts with an honest conversation at home. And we're proud to have it every single day. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
The Braves are honoring legend Andrew Jones's induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame with a special celebration at Truist Park on July 30th. Make sure to arrive early to the game for his bobblehead giveaway presented by Curacao. Feel it for yourself. Then head inside the ballpark to take pictures with his Hall of Fame plaque and watch the on-field presentation recognizing his iconic career. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one. Call 770-422 Plum.
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid. As low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Oh, now, you know, we got on Mondays.
Welcome to the Kemmer Show halftime update. Let's check in with Pete and the
weekend
scoreboard.
Stuff.
Stories prepared versus stories actually covered.
Forms and everything to fill out.
11 times you requested a story.
I had to get it. I was up early.
You have done 6.
Oh, my goodness.
Stories.
Well, we're whipping right through them. That's almost hard to believe. Well, that's a good sign. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. See, a quick birthday here for you. You got a birthday? How about Carol Leifer? Remember Carol Leifer is a comedian, 70 years old today. And I remember there was some scandal involving her and I think a stepdaughter or something, or an adopted kid or something. I don't remember. Anyway, I used to enjoy her stuff. Female comedians, I always liked female comedians. Carol Leifer is 70 years old today. I got the thing there. All right, sir. And on this day, on this day, and every day on this day, it is the feast day of Saint Pantaleon, the patron saint of physicians. He was martyred during the Diocletianic persecution of 305 A.D. He served as a physician to the Emperor Maximilian. According to tradition, when it was demanded that he renounce Christianity, he healed a paralytic as proof that Christ was the true God. Notwithstanding this, he was condemned to death by the emperor, who regarded that miracle as nothing but magic and had him executed. So it's the feast day of Saint Pantaleon, the saint of physicians, for the record, on this day. All right, sir. Let's see. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. How about this, Flounder? How about a little something here? 4:36 on the clock, 404-741-1230. And let's all on Monday. Hey, Johnny Olson, who's the next contestant on Holy Crap, Pete Davis has a game.
We're going to test you two's knowledge of both geography and history today.
Oh, boy. All righty.
All right. Y'all know the first permanent European settlement in Florida was St. Augustine, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And the Spanish founded that.
Yeah.
Okay. Who founded the first permanent European settlement in Georgia, and what was it?
Oglethorpe. And it was a college.
It's a university. It's a college.
Well, he's got the college now, but he founded Georgia. He established Georgia. Oglethorpe.
He founded what city, though?
Atlanta?
No.
It was like Savannah, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kimmer's
Savannah.
Kimmer's on the board.
Yeah, Savannah. I'll be damned.
Yes.
Hard to believe.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me, who founded the first permanent European settlement in both Delaware and Pennsylvania? What nationality? What people?
Quaker Dutch.
Nope, not
boy.
the Dutch.
Well,
Flounder can get close.
The British?
The Dutch. Nope, not the British.
Swedish.
How did you know it was a Swede? You just guessing?
I knew the area. It was Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Dutch, and the Pennsylvania Quakers, and stuff like that. And I have furniture from the Quaker
Where'd you get
community,
Swede out of
which
that?
is 200 years old. What's that?
All right.
Yeah.
Who founded New York and New Jersey?
That would be the Dutch of York.
That's right. Not the Dutch of York.
Well, the Dutchmen of York. What do they call them? The Duke of York.
Then the Duke of York came along. Okay.
Sylvester Stuyvesant or somebody like
Who
that.
founded Maine? Peter Stuyvesant. But anyway, who founded Maine?
I've heard this before. Wasn't it like a Viking or something? I can't remember. I don't know.
Was it a
I can't
Viking?
remember.
Flounder, any guesses of who founded Maine?
No idea.
Brunswick. Somebody named Brunswick.
Acadia. When the British won the French and Indian War, they forced the Acadians down to New Orleans.
Oh, well, I don't know.
French.
The French people, Maine. What do I got? A long way from
what
Maine
do you think
to
have
New
this
Orleans.
outrageous accent?
Yeah, disgusting. But of
All right,
course.
who founded Alaska? The first permanent European settlement in Alaska.
The Russians. No, that would be
Very
silly.
good.
Yeah, there you are.
Did you just guess that?
Well, they could see it from their house. You know?
That's true. They fit. All right, one more.
Yeah.
We all know the Spanish founded California.
Yeah. They wanted it back.
What was the first town they founded in California in 1769?
I will bet you it is. It's got to be either Los Angeles or San Francisco, because it had to be a
you're
French
wrong on
thing.
both counts.
Encino?
No, Encino.
I'm just or San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego.
You are correct, sir.
Oh,
I've been to the old town.
In fact, wasn't that in Anchorman when he had the blonde chick and he said, "Well, it's too bad nobody knows what San Diego stands for." He says to me, "It's Saint Diego." So, well, I guess agree to disagree.
He called it a Wells blank. Yeah, called it a Wells blank. By the way, what year was Savannah founded?
1864.
Earlier than that.
1824.
Way earlier than that.
1612.
Considering that, Flounder, you grew up in Georgia, did you not take Georgia history?
I don't remember.
No.
When cities were founded, my God, man.
Really?
That'd be a hell of an exam.
They didn't teach Georgia history? We had to learn all about Oglethorpe and Savannah and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, it's 1733 is when Savannah was founded.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
Well,
okay there.
Sounds reasonable.
All right, there's your...
Well, there you are. All right, sir. And now, the actual program. I've been listening to this stuff all morning long about this freaking Fauci stuff. And again, he was given a pardon by the most corrupt regime in history. In fact, before I forget, I made a note here that I was thinking about. So I saw an interview with Hunter Biden recently, a couple of days ago. Might have been over the weekend. And Hunter Biden, they're trying to resurrect him and his reputation now. Have you noticed that the media's doing interviews with him, podcast people, where all the people are listening, resurrecting his reputation as a guy who's turned his life around and showing the true, and now America's ready for a new kind of leadership kind of deal. And Hunter Biden made the point, he said, after all, there are no more secrets. Everything about me is out there. Everybody knows everything. There's nothing left to do. So from now on, it's just here we are. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, wait a minute. You haven't told anything about giving 10% to Daddy, the big guy. You haven't told anything about all the corruption and the money you got and the millions of dollars. And you haven't talked about the banking scams and the offshore accounts and the money laundering. You haven't said anything about that. You haven't admitted anything about crimes going on with your family. Protecting all the residents, including the little granddaughter, got money from Uncle Ceausescu in Romania. And you got $3 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife. You haven't come clean with anything. And Fauci got a pardon, and Fauci's going before Congress in a while. But again, the Rand Paul released his diary. And I didn't read it. I don't have all the stuff on it. But I remember them talking about how he called Barbara Streisand had called Fauci and said, is it okay to take this ivermectin medicine? He said, oh, yeah, that's fine. And they talked about life and things like that. And then he said, in fact, I was just playing one of your songs on Alexa. And she said, what's that? And he said, what's Alexa? This is in his diary. His diary's like 200 pages of just stuff that happened to him to satisfy his ego. And he said, it's amazing. Barbara Streisand had never heard of it. So I said, hey, Alexa, play some Barbara Streisand music. And they did. And she was so excited. And we came back, on. And he talked about how he was the most talked about man in the world. He's the most famous person in America. He's the most significant human being in the world, on the planet. And how he was so gratified by all Jake Tapper called him and said, gee, I hope I didn't get you in trouble with my interview. Had dinner at Jake Tapper's house. All the stuff that Fauci, wow. It's unbelievable.
That's great. That's journalism right there.
Yeah.
101. Always have dinner with your...
on and on. The coziness and it's just, his ego is just outrageous.
This is the guy who screwed up the AIDS crisis.
Yeah, that's right. That was even before. When the Atlantic reporter Peter Nicholas suggested that Fauci had been humiliated over an interview that Tapper was going to do, Fauci said, blank you, Peter. He told Jim Jordan, he said, Dana Bash from CNN texted Fauci after an interview with Jim Jordan. Dana Bash texted Fauci and said, oh, you're a much better man than Jim Jordan.
Oh, my God.
I swear to God. And Wolf Blitzer said nobody would blame you, Mr. Fauci, if you told Jim Jordan to go blank himself. This is journalists.
Not journalists.
Yeah,
they're advocates.
That's right. Worldwide fame, most famous person in America. He wrote down all the praises he received from all the media people. And he's supposed to testify before the Senate Homeland Security Committee in a few days. But again, he's been pardoned. But it seems to me, if they were to get Fauci to try to answer questions about the cover-up of who did the virus, who's responsible for it, what were the shenanigans behind the scenes, and make him testify. If he refuses to testify, Congress theoretically could hold him in contempt, which is not prison for life, but it's a thing. And the second thing is, if he lies, if he testifies what he said. In other words, a prosecutor the senator could get him on the stand and say, you wrote in your diary, you testified that so-and-so did da-da-da-da-da-da, and if Fauci testifies to it and it was a lie, even though he was pardoned for committing the lie back when it happened 10 years ago, he's not pardoned from committing a lie under oath in Congress tomorrow.
Right.
So they could nail him, and they could get him to try to testify on everything they want to know about COVID cover-up. And who did it? And who in China got money? How much did Fauci get? All that stuff. Now, he may be pardoned for the crimes he committed up to that point, but he's not going to be pardoned for getting other people involved in it and seeing where that goes, or lying under oath. And by the way, what's to prevent anybody from filing a civil suit, a class action suit, about ruining the economy, schools, I mean, parents. Again, there's got to be more options than letting him get away with this. It's just this may be one of the most egregious examples of an inside cover-up that cost millions of lives in history.
Right.
I mean,
it's the biggest worldwide cover-up that we know of
in history, and they're all dancing, and nobody has gotten in trouble. Did I know of? Has anybody been? Anything happened to anybody because of the COVID response?
Our whole life, we were told not to trust Big Pharma by the left, and then the left got in bed with them, and we were told we had to trust them.
Yeah, and then it got all political, and then whatever Big Pharma did, as long as it was against Trump.
The media went after Big Pharma decade after decade, trying to nail them. 60 Minutes, all of them. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, they're the darlings of the left.
Yeah. Trump hatred. Hold on. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful, hot, steamy afternoon. Oh, and the people outside, I don't know if they're still out there. I should go out and try to check through the window. Waiting in line for a concert thing in this heat and humidity on the concrete. Oh, boy. All right, look out.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
The summer's got you thinking about hitting the road, and with back to school right around the corner, you need a vehicle built for the road and safe enough for the family. And Subaru of Gwinnett has it for you. Like the 2026 Subaru Outback, which will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. And if you're up for adventure, it'll get you off the beaten path with up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance, more than the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4. Or the 2026 Subaru Forester, the SUV for all you love. It's the right size SUV for all the adventures ahead, with a spacious and comfortable interior for everyone you want to bring along. And no matter where adventure takes you, it starts on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth with the amazing staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. They'll help you find the Subaru that you'll love and be there every step of the way for everything you need. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
The headlines move on, but the heartbreak and terror do not. Iran and terrorist proxies continue to target Israel. Hezbollah continues to attack in the north, forcing families to live under constant threat and in shelters. But Israel is not only defending her people, she's standing on the front lines against terror that threatens all of us. Even when the news crews leave, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is still there every day on the ground, providing life-saving aid. Near Israel's borders with Lebanon, a Hezbollah drone recently struck the home of Yelena. She was widowed earlier this year. Leaving her alone, she was trapped inside by the blast. Thankfully, she wasn't injured, but she remains displaced. It's hard these days, she told one volunteers for IFCJ, but I don't want to leave. As Christians, we're called to stand with God's people and pray for those defending Israel and protecting the freedoms we hold dear. Join the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews in praying for the peace of Jerusalem and for the soldiers, families, and civilians carrying the burden of this fight. Right now, pray ifcj.org. That's prayifcj.org.
The Braves are honoring legend Andrew Jones's induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame with a special celebration at Truist Park on July 30th. Make sure to arrive early to the game for his bobblehead giveaway presented by Curacao. Feel it for yourself. Then head inside the ballpark to take pictures with his Hall of Fame plaque and watch the on-field presentation recognizing his iconic career. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Housing affordability. Regardless of what the left says, I do think most Americans would like to own their own home, but they're getting expensive. The price is increasing way faster than inflation. And why? Oh, because people in regulatory agencies and government want to feel powerful. So let's have some rules and regulations. It's one big three-syllable word. Government.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Ready here. Stand by.
Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into
It's the Beatles. Actually, the Wings, sorry. I always do that. Not the Beatles, silly rabbit. Band on the Run. Wings started 7 weeks #1 in Britain with Band on the Run, although sales were modest in 1974 on this day. The commercial performance was aided by 2 hit singles, Jet and Band on the Run. So the album became the top-selling studio album in 1974 in Britain and Australia. And it revitalized Paul McCartney's critical standing, it says here. It is still McCartney's most successful album and the most celebrated of his post-Beatles works. Wings in 1974. Now, let's see. A birthday list includes Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is 49. He's a British guy acting in The Tudors, among other things. And let's see. Peter remembers this very well, and I'm sure Flounder does too, as we all do. 1996, Atlanta, Georgia, the Summer Games. Explosion of a nail-laden pipe bomb in Centennial Olympic Park killed a mother who had brought her daughter to hear the rock music and injured more than 100 people, including a cameraman from Turkey who suffered a fatal heart attack after the blast. Police were warned of the bombing in advance, but it exploded before the anonymous caller said it would, leading authorities to suspect the law enforcement officers who went to the park were targeted as well. In fact, one of the tricks is to set off a bomb and then wait and have a second bomb after the rescue people have all showed up. Richard Jewell, a security guard at the concert, was under investigation. Evidence against him was dubious. He was cleared of all responsibility, but they ruined him. They absolutely ruined him. And in January 1997, another bomb exploded outside an abortion clinic in Atlanta's suburbs, blowing a hole in the wall. An hour later, I'm sorry?
Sandy Springs.
Yeah. An hour later, police and ambulance workers were still at the scene. A second blast went off as I'm speaking in a large trash bin, injuring 7 more people. The nail-laden bomb used authorities targeted. 5 days later, nail-laden bombing near the patio area of the crowded gay lesbian nightclub, injuring 5 people. A second bomb in a backpack found outside the first explosion. Police got to it in time, took it, detonated, killed it. Federal investigators linked them all. A suspect was arrested. And then in Alabama, Birmingham, an off-duty police officer killed. Abortion clinic. Automobile at the crime scene found abandoned near the Georgia state line. Traced it to Eric Robert Rudolph, 31-year-old carpenter.
Yep.
One of the FBI's most wanted fugitives, eluded authorities for 5 years, held in, hiding in the mountains of North Carolina. Plea deal helped him avoid a death penalty. He pleaded guilty to 3 bombings as well as a murder in 1998 of a police officer and was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms.
My family was down there right before, a couple hours right by the bomb, and they went home because it was hot.
Yeah.
And I was doing that.
You were doing the show
from the House of Blues, kind of up the hill there when it blew.
Yeah.
We had just gone to commercial, and I turned to John Gray and said something, and we heard boom. And we all thought it was a transformer. We're thinking, hopefully it's a transformer.
Yeah.
And then it became surreal. You have people partying at the House of Blues, people partying at the disco tent across the street, and they're all coming out drunk. And meanwhile, about 20 minutes after the bomb, people are walking up bleeding from their legs and their arms and something. So we're interviewing them. And I sent Josh, the intern, down there, and he came back and said, yeah, it's a bomb. People are bleeding. And we're down there interviewing. Someone said later Tom Brokaw was listening to our broadcast, from his hotel suite.
Yeah.
And the people you walk around, there's people partying and drunk, and then people walking around like dazed because they couldn't hear much because of the bomb blast.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes the Army, arm in arm with their guns out, coming right up saying, they said to John, you need to break this down and leave. Because it usually takes us 30 minutes. They said, you got 5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what a time.
Yeah.
I remember going to the House of Blues.
It was a hell of a party.
Yeah, we were there. I was there that night too. Santana was playing at the Olympic Village or whatever, and I remember when we were going back to MARTA, we sat and waited at MARTA for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
because they had to check every single train to make sure there wasn't a bomb on there.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and later we went to IHOP there, right down the street from where we were by Piedmont Hospital.
Yeah.
And we're in the IHOP. This is about 3 or 4 in the morning at this point, and people still didn't know. They were coming in there to eat, and someone had a newspaper, and the headline was, bomb goes off in Centennial Park.
Yeah.
And most people there had no clue.
Yeah. What a time. Holy moly. But and again, I mean, thinking back, and I mean, the whole event, the sidewalk T-shirt vendors. I mean, the whole thing, the pickup truck parade or whatever the hell. Remember, he got ripped.
Metallic pickup trucks.
Man.
The Fireflies
like
were cool.
500 silver pickup trucks, and oh, damn, you rebel down there in the southern country.
That's what happened when you put an LA person in charge of the opening and closing ceremonies. But everybody I interviewed is from Brazil. The Brazilian girls that were there with the swimming team. They were having a blast.
Everybody had, absolutely.
So screw the media and IBM for not getting their stuff, their computers working. That didn't affect you if you were going to the actual games. And everybody had a good time going to the games.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. I mean, I was married at the time, and I caught a rose from Al Green at the House of Blues one night. I mean, we went to. I took her to go see Huey Lewis and the News concert.
That Sports Illustrated thing in the warehouse district.
I remember watching Bruce Jenner with his two little daughters, who are they're just most beautiful little girls you ever saw, like 10 and 12 or whatever back at the time, and boy, they look like little angels, they look like little models, and and they were so cute and little long dresses.
Was that the year before when they had the U.S. trials or something? I think it was 95. Maybe we saw Jenner. And he was there, and Al Joyner was there, and FloJo.
Well, maybe. I don't think I would. I think it was I was doing my show, so it must have been 96.
Maybe? Okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have been down there in 95.
I personally want to put a bullet in Eric Robert Rudolph because we were having such a blast down there.
Yeah.
I mean, no pun intended. And he screwed that up for everybody. Not only the abortion clinics and killing the police and everything like that. I'd personally put one in his brain case.
Yeah. What the hell? I mean, for what possible?
Yeah. What was the reason? Did he ever say why he was doing it?
Yeah.
And why the Olympics?
To kill. But and what's the point? So your message is what? I mean, you accomplish your goal of what? And I don't other than committing murder.
Yeah. What's the Olympics got to do with abortion?
Mass murder. Yeah. He tried to commit mass murder. He could have killed 1,000 people. I don't know. Anyway, just what a. Oh my God, Flounder! I'm late for a Flounders
Funny. We're a little late, so we'll have to get it on the back end. I apologize.
Well, in fact, what we'll do, this is my fault, ladies and gentlemen, and so we're going to make it up for you because I screwed up. It's a Monday thing. My mind's all screwed up. I'm falling apart. I tell you, I'm falling apart. Anyway, so what we'll do right after the 5 o'clock news, we will have our Flounders Funny. We have Holy Crap at Sports coming up here a little bit later. I got some tweets and things here, too, as well. And while we're talking about... Oh, by the way, did you see the video of that Seattle Center Food Festival thing they had over the weekend? Seattle Center. A 15-year-old boy is the one who got caught. Did you see the video? The video of the youngster being hauled away as a young black kid with a huge afro, and his pants are dropping down behind his fanny. It's the old prison garb. What do they used to call that when they had the pants drooping in the 80s? It's back.
Sagging?
Open access.
Yeah, no, it was whatever they called, like the prison way. And all the gangbangers wear their pants around. Remember, if you ever saw, like cheaters and stuff from the 1984, and all the black guys had their pants down halfway down their butts. Well, this kid did it. He's 15. The murderer. And his murderer buddy also about 15, got away for now. I mean, my God. All right, hold on. Give it Pete Flounders, 5 o'clock. Flounders Funny coming up next, I promise. I'm blue.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
The country is doing well. Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's the president's take in battleground Michigan, telling the crowd at a GM facility investment is booming and incomes are rising.
We're building more auto factories and more plants than at any time in the history of our country.
A protester shouting a short time later, drowned out by the crowd.
Thank you. He's a communist. We're running against communists. Now, this is great.
The president singling out Democratic Socialist candidates who've won some high-profile races around the country recently. In Michigan's primaries next week, progressive Abdul Al-Sayed is hoping to unseat Democratic Congresswoman Haley Stevens to face Republican Senate hopeful Mike Rogers this fall. Proposed changes to the mail-in ballot system go to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Justice Department filing an emergency appeal asking for the changes to be allowed while the legal fight plays out. suspect. President Trump wants mail-in ballots delivered only to people on a state citizenship list of eligible voters. More than 20 states and D.C. sued, arguing only states and Congress can set election rules. A federal judge agreed to block implementation, which was upheld on appeal, prompting the emergency request to the High Court. The search continues for a second suspect in Seattle after yesterday's shooting during a festival, killing 3 people, wounding at least 4.
This is an all-hands-on-deck response. Investigating this tragedy has been taken on by nearly every part of our police department.
Mayor Katie Wilson says a 15-year-old is detained for investigation of assault and firearms violations. Investigators have said they believe the suspects were shooting at each other. The Associated Press now reporting a possible third suspect was among those killed. They're assessing tornado damage northwest of Milwaukee, including the cities of Appleton and Menasha. Extensive damage to homes and power outages so far. No reports of injuries. America is listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Why does Progressive love protecting truckers? Because truckers unite the world. Truckers unite candles and yoga instructors. Truckers unite fake plants with people who shouldn't own living plants. Truckers unite French press coffee makers with the most pretentious person you know. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not on the road. That's why Progressive now offers truckers even more protection on cargo with its enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the giver with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. And our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Latest on politics coming up. Donald Trump talking about the economy, and Iran wants to kill Melania and Barron. And that story's coming up in just a moment. But first, because I screwed up the last thing, I was talking too much right before the top of the hour. And as you know, I like to have a little something here, beginning to the end of the hour, a little Flounders Funny. So, Flounder, if you don't mind, sir, can we go ahead and go with the Flounders Funny, which I mistakenly talked over the last hour. Flounder? Here you go. A little Flounders Funny, sir.
All right, here.
Well, he's got stuff to do.
So here's my theory. I think all of us are the same human being. We are all, and no matter what it is that you do for your 9 to 5, whatever you hate that you have to deal with all day, the moment that you leave work at 5:01 p.m. and go to some other place of business, you immediately become everyone that you hate. Right? Like she is just exhausted at the end of the day of people asking for drugs and they can stay the night. So she wants to treat herself to some ice cream, doesn't want to have to think about it. So she just asks this guy, I mean, what's your favorite? This perspective, it's helped me gain a more of an inner peace for certain things, because I used to hate the guy after shows who would give me a joke. And I know statistically right now, at least 3 of you were like, well, I guess that's not happening. I think it's crazy that I can stand up here and talk for over 30 minutes and share clearly what are stories from my life, ideas from my point of view, but every other show, without fail, some guy will come up to me, and it's always a guy. say something like, I don't know if you want to use this. I don't. But I get it. I at least understand the impulse now, and I feel bad yesterday telling a kid how to stir macaroni. So
I forgot his name.
Kellen Erskine.
He's a very funny guy. I don't know anything. I've never really heard of him before.
He's been around for a few years, or at least that's as long as I've known him, kind of doing stand-up.
You know, I have XM radio in my car, and I used to have the comedy section of it, and they started charging extra for it, so I dumped it. But that's how I used to listen to all my comedians with, and stuff. It was just, and they had them all too, so it was kind of anyway. A good job there, Flounder. Excellent, sir. Kevin Payne, Flounder. A couple of newsy things breaking here. Melania and Barron Trump targeted by Iran. There's video calling for them to be killed. A new video out of Iran encouraging supporters of the Islamic regime to assassinate President Trump's wife, entitled How to Kill Melania Trump. It shows images of the First Lady in the motorcade and in locations around New York City, naming some of the designer stores that Melania shops at. The shopping excursion, it says, should be suitable for operations by global freedom fighters. The video suggested using a nerve agent to poison any clothes the First Lady might buy. Secret Service is not responding to a request for reaction. At the end of the video, Barron Trump, who is 20, is also threatened. This is just the beginning. Barron Trump, wait for us. All the Trump residences, the White House, Trump Tower, New York, Bedminster Golf Club, Mar-a-Lago, all heavily secured. Well, anyway, here we go. Billboards around Tehran demand the death of the president and his relatives, all his children, Don Jr., Ivanka, Eric, Tiffany, and Barron. Blood for blood, it reads. Melania missed Friday night's White House Correspondents' Dinner. She had a scheduling conflict. Anyway, and by the way, speaking of that, did you see that? I taped it. I didn't see it live, and I didn't see all of it, but I saw quite a bit of it. And I played it over the weekend after it was Friday night, and I played it off and on over the weekend. I was kind of. I didn't like it. And the other problem was nobody even reacted when he said the things like, "Hey, they asked this old guy. This old guy's wife said, 'Hey, baby, I want you to run up these stairs and make love to me.' And he said, 'Well, I can't do both.'" Silence. I mean, the whole correspondence people were just. I mean, it was really brutal. It was icky and creepy, and I just felt bad about the whole thing. And then he finally started talking about what's good about America. But when he was doing all his jokes and stuff, it was horrible. They just, it was just, and of course they hated him. So anyway. What a freaking country. And again, at least he talked about the economy today, which is good, because that's what we need to fix. And again, a barrel of oil price, it went back over 100 last week. Now it's down to 80 again. So, here we go.
I paid $4.99 a gallon yesterday.
Yeah, I paid $4.50. I paid $5.50 last week, and I think I paid. In fact, I got gas this morning. I think I paid $4.90. Anyway, it's still obviously too high. But again, when things and it looks like there's going to be some military action taken.
There's no reason the gas is over $1 in this country.
Yeah,
we've got all the gas and oil we need for hundreds of years.
That's right.
Why are they still ripping us off?
I don't know. And again, the gasoline is in the pumps right now. Has been in those tanks for months. This is not new gas. I mean, the tank farms are loaded with gas. Anyway, I'm hardly a an authority.
I'm so tired of hearing about Exxon just found a shell thing in Texas, and we found this thing in the Permian Basin, and we've got this and we got that. It never ever helps us.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand. And when you open up the pipeline, the first thing Biden did was shut down the pipeline, and Donald Trump opened it up again. And we thought, well, the other problem is we don't have refineries. I think that's the issue. Is
why not?
Because the government won't let us build them under Democrats. We haven't been able to build them. And they're too expensive. Oil companies say, I'm not going to build a refinery if you're going to put all this crap on it where I can't make any money. It'll take 20 years. What's the point? So, that's what it's really the question of refineries. If we had more refineries, we'd be set to go.
Put one across the border.
I know.
in Juarez,
Yeah.
and then bring it across the border.
Make a deal with them. Yeah, I know.
They've got Pemex. They got all the oil too they need.
I know. It's yeah. Bizarre. Let's see. In case you just joined us and getting out of work and so forth, some interesting news about Carly Simon. Carly Simon is, I can't believe this, 81. Carly Simon is 81. You're So Vain singer and a million others. She has announced that she has Parkinson's disease. She's learning how to live with it and about talking about it publicly. Her health problem started with arthritis in both knees and a hip. So she had 3 joint replacement surgeries and thought her difficulty walking around was part of just getting over those. And then it got worse. And the Mayo Clinic said, no, you have Parkinson's. Tremors, stiffness, slow movement, balance issues, anxiety, depression, lack of sleep. There's no cure, but there is treatment. Carly Simon, 81, also revealed she was treated for basal cell carcinoma on her face. And she had the cancer taken off, but it kind of messed up her appearance, so she hasn't been doing a lot of public stuff. She won a couple of Grammys, and she won an Oscar for the song Let the River Run from the 1988 film Working Girl. And she says her face is kind of messed up and she doesn't get around. Well, she still has those legs, though, right? I remember the photo shoot of her, the album cover with those legs were all right down to the ground.
And lips.
Yeah, and everything with the mouth and the legs and, like head to toe is kind of a full package here.
Might have to make a cold day.
Yeah, might have to make 2 trips. I don't know. I'm just saying, Anyway, I don't know what that means. And by the way, a very quick story. Well, I'll save the happy story. We got a Holy Grab story. I want to talk about the freaking Braves, too. And Adam Jones. And it's all coming up. Pete Davis. And also a horrible story. I assume you're going to probably mention this about Kansas City and a horrible crime thing that happened over there. Anyway, cover Pete and Flounder. 404. I think Pete froze. Yeah, he's frozen. Oh, no, there he is. Next on 106.3. You faked me out. Yep.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Your next vehicle is at Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs. Whether you need a truck that works as hard as you do, an SUV built for family adventures, or a vehicle that makes every commute more enjoyable, you'll find it at Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs.
Shop an outstanding selection of new Ford models, including the F-150, Bronco, Explorer, Escape, and more. Plus a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles.
At Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, our team is committed to making your buying experience quick, easy, and convenient so you can spend less time at the dealership and more time enjoying the drive.
Start online at JimEllisFordSandySprings.com. Browse inventory, value your trade, explore payment options, even complete your entire purchase from the comfort of home. Discover why so many drivers choose Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs. Visit JimEllisFordSandySprings.com or stop by 7555 Roswell Road, just 4 miles north of I-285. Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you can always expect the best.
Who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422 Plum.
Summer is here, and hopefully vacation is on the horizon. Whether the beach or maybe you're more of a mountain person, you've planned and saved in order to take some much-needed time off. You planned your vacation. Shouldn't you plan your retirement? You planned for a week in the sun, but have you planned for decades of golden years? Master Plan Retirement works with you to create a holistic, comprehensive retirement plan in order to offer the one thing your time off needs the most: peace of mind. From income and growth, tax strategy, legacy planning, and more, Master Plan Retirement walks alongside you to help ensure your golden years stay golden. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Visit masterplanretire.com. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
All right, look out. It was on this day in 1976, former Beatle John Lennon is issued his green card. That means John Lennon could live in America, where he had been living illegally since a deportation order in 1972. And now, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves in Flushing for the first of three, starting tonight against the Mets. Ronald Acuna Jr. back in the lineup after missing 37 games. Outfielder Brewer Hicklin sent down to Gwinnett. Ronald will be batting leadoff and playing right field. Drake Baldwin, designated hitter, batting second. Joey Bart behind the plate, batting eighth. Jim Jarvis at shortstop and ninth in the lineup. Well, yesterday, yet another one-run game. This time won by the Bravos 3-2 in 11 innings in Baltimore. The Braves took 2 out of 3 against those pesky Orioles, and it looked like a 3-2 win until this happened with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth.
First pitch to Tavares, ground ball to second. Ozzie has it go between his legs into right field.
Oh, man.
All the way to third base for Mayo, and a crucial error here in the bottom of the ninth inning puts him at the corner.
And it was brutal. I mean, he just missed it.
Poor guy.
Oh, he thought it was going to bounce up, obviously, and he just went right under his glove. Oh.
Ben Ingram, sister station 680 The Fan with the call. Ozzie would regroup, make an outstanding diving play to his left to stop a hit the next play, but the tying run scored. The O's loaded the bases in the bottom of the 10th, but an unassisted double play by Matt Olson at first base helped keep them from winning right there. Then in the top of the 11th, with a ghost run on second base, Austin Riley came through.
Pitch on the way. Rifled through the right side, base hit by Riley. Here comes Mateo. That rolls all the way into the gap. Riley digging for second. Braves take the lead on the double by Riley. 3-2 in the 11th.
Now, bottom of the 11th, manager Walt Weiss intentionally loaded the bases with 2 outs to get the matchup he wanted, right-hander against right-hander, and it worked out. A ground out to third base. After the game, Weiss said if his ploy had not worked, he'd have been killed for it. And for all the grief we've been giving Tyler Kinley, he got the final 4 outs and the win to improve to 6-4.
Yeah.
So good work there.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Kinley.
right. That's right.
Reynaldo Lopez started and went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits and no runs. Raisel Iglesias tagged with his second blown save of the season, but it wasn't really his fault. Dominic Smith had 3 hits and the other 2 Atlanta RBIs. Tonight, the 6-6 Martin Perez for us, a 3.38 ERA against the Mets. Left-hander Zach Thornton, 1-1 with a 1.93 ERA. A stat we don't want to see continue is the Braves are 4th in the National League in the offense, going out 1-2-3 in an inning.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, let's stop that. Braves a 5.5 game lead over Philly. The Mets mired in last place, 18.5 behind Atlanta.
Ooh.
A big day in Cooperstown Sunday as Andrew Jones inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame along with Carlos Beltran and Jeff Kent. Both the Marlins and their AAA affiliate in Jacksonville are on 12-game losing streaks.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we need help. Bring up somebody. Oh,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Well.
Some crazy and disturbing stories from the NFL. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan was in a traffic accident July 14th. We're just hearing about it, in which he got a broken nose, broken hand, fractured ribs, a facial laceration, required 40 stitches, and had a concussion. Shanahan will not coach the team during training camp. He's still recovering.
Yeah, brutal.
Yeah. The wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy shot by the couple's son, allegedly, last night at the family's home in Virginia. 57-year-old Mia Bieniemy hospitalized in stable condition in Loudoun County, Virginia, being treated for serious injuries from multiple gunshot wounds. Jeez. The 27-year-old Elijah Zion Bieniemy arrested and charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm, commission of a felony, and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling. Mia was shot in the chest and arm. Elijah is being held without bond at the detention center. Eric Bieniemy left the Chiefs training camp and was not in attendance for today's practice. He was with them yesterday in St. Joseph, Missouri, at the campus of Missouri Western State for their second practice of training camp. The Falcons start, I believe, on Wednesday. Chiefs already into it.
Brutal.
And if you thought NIL and transfer portals were bad, just wait. Stanford football players have formed a campus chapter of the College Football Players Association, or SFA,
boy,
making the Cardinal the first team to partner with them, which aims to eventually unionize college athletes.
Well, Oh, God.
Yeah.
It'll
be about as effective as the NFL Players Union going on strike, which means nothing.
It's not they're not exactly coal miners, okay? Steel workers. Jeez, come on, God.
The college football soap opera that is As the Belichick Turns continues. North Carolina football general manager Michael Lombardi, a top aide to Coach Bill Belichick, placed on paid administrative leave by the school. Lombardi's leave effective immediately. The Tar Heels open their second season under Belichick in just 5 weeks, August 29th against Texas Christian in Dublin, Ireland. The school's decision stems from a human resources complaint filed by a former UNC front office employee. Lombardi has faced scrutiny on multiple occasions in Chapel Hill. He boasted in February of 2025, said the Tar Heels considered themselves the 33rd NFL team. Also made headlines last September when he informed the Patriots their scouts would be banned from access to Tar Heels programs. UNC went 4-8 last year, and Belichick did not have any players at all selected in this year's NFL draft.
Yeah. What's this guy's? Do we know about him? Is this all new? I mean, what the hell is he trying to do?
Him being put to the side there. Yeah.
Jeez.
Former Falcons tight ends coach Ben Steele fired by the Washington Commanders today, 2 days before training camp begins, and more than a month after he was arrested for driving while intoxicated. Steele has been their tight ends coach in D.C. for a little while. He was with the Falcons back in 2019 and 20 under Dan Quinn. More from the football police blotter, the content director for Yay Alabama, the name, image, and likeness initiative for the Alabama Athletics, arrested last Thursday for solicitation of prostitution during a human trafficking operation in Shelby County, Alabama. Robert Aaron Suttles, among 15 men arrested. 49-year-old alleged to have paid $100 American for sexual activity. Suttles is a former sports reporter for the Tuscaloosa News and the Athletic, proving once again that the only way a sports reporter can get laid is if money is exchanged.
How many Benjamins you got on you?
Have you seen those guys? Jeez, put the donut down. ESPN just released a 2.5-hour-long documentary celebrating the WNBA's alleged rise in popularity.
Well, right.
If you're looking to see Caitlin Clark, you might want to not watch this. There's barely a mention of the main reason some people with no life are tuning into this violent and unwatchable brand of basketball.
Yeah, it really is hard to believe. I saw the story. They actually basically left Caitlin Clark out of the story about the popularity growing of women's basketball. Yeah. And by the way, for some reason, as I don't spend much time at home on weekends. I try to get all my stuff in, but I did actually tune in a little bit of the women's All-Star game, basketball All-Star game.
Are you okay?
What a joke. I mean, they were laughing at each other and just kind of, flopping around. It was brutal.
As bad as an NBA game these days.
Good Lord.
LeBron James has signed with Philadelphia. He's going to play in Philadelphia, but he ain't stupid.
No.
He will not be living in Philadelphia.
No, that would be dumb.
LeBron will be living in New York City and commuting by helicopter for the games.
And he's going to make $8 million for 2 years.
That's cheap with him.
That's what I mean.
But maybe he's
making
stupid
50
after all.
Well, I mean, obviously he's trying to set the record for being a 25-year number one guy and most points and all that kind of stuff. To make $4 million a year for 2 years, each year for 2 years.
Well,
that's when you go back.
He's doing us a service. Now we know who to root against the entire NBA
Flop
season.
Man,
the 76ers.
God.
To paraphrase W.C. Fields, all in all, I'd rather not be in Philadelphia. July 27th on this date, 1918, after Harry Heitman gave up hits to 4 straight batters, his major league debut, and the Robins' 22-7 loss to the Cardinals, skipper Wilbert Robinson pulled him from the Ebbets Field contest. The 21-year-old Brooklyn rookie righty will never hurl again in the big leagues, ending his career with an ERA of infinity. 1947, Jake Jones hits a 60-foot triple in Boston's victory over the Browns at Fenway. Umpire Cal Hubbard awards the Red Sox first baseman 3 bases when St. Louis hurler Fred Sanford. Yes, his name is Fred Sanford.
Fred Sanford.
He was a junk ball pitcher.
Yeah, apparently Fred's, oh my God.
Fearing the grounder might roll fair, throws his glove at the ball to keep it foul. That's like that dude for the Rangers, I think. Lenny something that tried to blow.
Yeah.
1953, Dizzy Dean, Al Simmons, Chief Bender, among those inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. 1966, 6 weeks after the team plays its first game here in the Peach State, the Wisconsin Supreme Court, ever timely, overrules a lower court decision, Wisconsin versus the Milwaukee Braves, by a narrow vote of 4-3, declaring that the state does not have the jurisdiction to keep the team from moving to Atlanta. Due to the close vote, the state of Wisconsin will appeal the decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. Now imagine if the Supreme Court halfway during the season said, "Oh yeah, you got to go back to Milwaukee."
Yeah. Oh boy.
That would have sucked. 1988, Tommy John became the first pitcher to commit 3 errors on one play when he bobbles Jeffrey Leonard's grounder and then recovers. Throws the ball down the right field line that Dave Winfield retrieves and fires home, where the Yankee left-hander cuts it off, relaying the throw wildly to the plate, allowing 2 runs to score. The 45-year-old lefty's fourth-inning miscues don't stop him from getting the win. The Bombers' 16-3 rout of the Brewers in the Bronx.
Oh, my, it's unbelievable.
1989, in the team's 10-1 rout of San Francisco, Dale Murphy became the 10th major leaguer to get 6 RBIs in the same inning, connected for 2 3-run round trippers in the Braves' 10-run sixth at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. The 33-year-old right fielder became the second player in franchise history to go deep twice in the same frame, joining Robert Lowe, who did it in 1884.
Wow.
In Boston.
Wow.
2012, Queen Elizabeth II opens the 30th Olympic Games in London with some help from who?
What year?
2012.
2000. Oh, that was. I remember James Bond, wasn't it? Didn't he fly in on a helicopter, on a parachute thing or something? Rocket
and she
parachute.
Made him wait. She's putting her makeup on and making him wait. He's like,
yeah, James Bond. My God,
so
I remember.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
2014, in front of an enthusiastic Cooperstown crowd of nearly 50,000, the Hall of Fame inducts White Sox slugger Frank Thomas, Braves left-hander Tom Glavine, Braves right-hander Greg Maddux, Braves manager Bobby Cox, along with Joe Torre, another former Braves manager, and Tony La Russa.
Wow. What a class.
Yeah,
there.
that was a class right there, I'm telling you. Yeah. And by the way, Greg, it's amazing. Greg's sitting next to Chipper Jones, and Chipper looks like he's 35.
Yeah.
Greg does not look 35 anymore.
Yeah.
It's amazing how some people, it's the genes, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
In 2025, last year, Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony held for Dick Allen, Dave Parker, CeCe Sabathia, Ichiro Suzuki, and former Braves closer, the lefty Billy Wagner.
Oh, I'll be darned.
And there's... Yeah.
Well, a couple of. How about on this day in 1984, Pete Rose passed Ty Cobb's record of most singles in a career. The record was 3,053 singles. Pete Rose still the record holder with 3,215 number of singles.
3,000 plus Wendy's singles?
No, sorry. It was sliders. It was sliders. He ate sliders. That was in 1984. In 1992, Boston Celtics star Reggie Lewis collapsed on a Brandeis University basketball court during a practice and died. Reggie Lewis was 27. Did they ever figure out what happened? Wasn't it just a heart issue or something they didn't know, or was that wasn't a drug thing?
Len Bias
was drugs.
Was coke.
That was cocaine.
Yeah.
But I think this was just a heart thing. Reggie Lewis had a heart valve issue or something they didn't know about.
Oh, please. Yeah, keep telling me
like you did your whole life there. And a couple of sports birthdays here for you. Alex Rodriguez, former Yankee, let J-Lo go, 51, Alex. Jordan Spieth, the golfer, 33. And Olympic gold medal winner and a member of the Hall of Fame for the Olympics and also the Paralympics, Peggy Fleming, is 78 years old today. Now, Peggy Fleming.
On that bride.
How is she in the Hall of Fame for Paralympics? I wonder. Is she
may be an administrator.
She must be helping it or something. Yeah. But again, Peggy Fleming was. We were doing an interview with her in Atlanta. I was over at the other radio station. This had to be in 75 or 6 or something, and she was in town, and our radio station was going to interview at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we had just had storms that night before and all morning long, and so actually she showed up at like 6 in the morning, and I went to answer the door at the back door to tell her that we had to cancel the interview because people were killed. There were tornadoes everywhere, blew up the whole city here, and so I went back to the back door, and I said, I hate to say nothing. I told her we have to cancel the interview. We just can't do this now with all the deaths yes, we're covering live and so forth. And she screamed at me and called me every name and everything but a ham sandwich. And her little, agent person was there too, screaming, and I'll never see it. I'm going, oh my God, Peggy Fleming, who, by the way, was very pretty at the time, but she lipped into me, man. And by the way, Miriam Moad, who used to work with us in the morning, she was supposed to go up there and tell her she wasn't going to be on the radio, and she said, I can't do it. You got to go, Kimber. You got to go. I can't do this. And now said, all right, yeah, Peterson, you go up there. So they made me go up and tell her. Anyway, Peggy Fleming, 78 years old today, and I wonder if she ever forgave me. Anyway, 5:30-ish here, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. It's Monday, and you can tell that, I'm sure, in every way. I'll look out.
Some things don't go out of style. Faith, family, and plain old common sense. And Extra 106.3 still believes in that. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
This is Tom, the Honest Car Guy, and I'm here with Ron. And I'll let Ron tell you a little bit about his experience with us, and not only that, but the differences between a new car dealership and the Honest Car Guy, because there is a difference, with no doc fees and no addendums. It's kind of straightforward. They get to see what we pay for the car, and that's not something you get at a dealership.
Usually we're back and forth, and then you get like 1,400 pages of paper. And in this case, we did it all online. I mean, it was like, okay, I don't mind doing paperwork once I know that this is the deal.
And you got to see the finance and the numbers up front before you even bought it. You can make that call, and within hours, we can find you the car you want from your home. I mean, I had a customer call me and say, hey, I bought a car in my pajamas.
If I'd have had some, I'd have been wearing them.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Here today with Evan Ward from Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know you've been quite busy in the office these days. So let's talk about some of the things folks are calling you most about here lately.
Well, Kevin, the biggest thing people are really talking about right now is retirement. And I look at retirement as a journey, not a destination. The goal of almost everybody out there is to grow and preserve a tax-efficient portfolio so they can actually enjoy their retirement. And that's why I partnered with Market Guard. I get a lot of the same questions. Evan, when do I sell? When do I hold? And if I sold, when do I get back into the market? In my opinion, that's market timing. And in my experience, market timing, it can be quite confusing. And we have to look at it and allow the math to do the work.
Everybody has a different appetite for risk. So where does Market Guard fit in?
Well, if you want asset preservation and you don't want it to go down due to market volatility, we have portfolios that are designed for this. But if you want to participate in those larger markets, Market Guard can also offer more stock and aggressive portfolios for those that are looking for that kind of strategy. And here's what I propose for our listeners today. For the next 10 callers, we're going to do a Market Guard portfolio comparison, side by side with what you're currently doing, and we'll show you how your 401k and other investments are doing. And we'll make recommendations, and then you can see the difference between Market Guard and what it can do for your portfolio. After that, you decide if you want us to do a complete retirement plan. So give us a call today at 678-736-7799 and ask for your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison.
Again, call Evan Ward with Atlas Retirement. That number, folks, 678-736-7799. And you can pick up your complimentary Market Guard portfolio comparison. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried. wait any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attention warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Extra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
There we go. Kimmer Pete Flounders just kind of doing hustle. 1975. Unlike other dance crazes, it was a dance called the hustle that inspired the song of the same name by Van McCoy. McCoy was visiting a friend in New York who told him that a new dance had been created by the crowd that hung out at the Adam's Apple nightclub in Manhattan. After a report given from a business partner, McCoy was inspired to release the album Disco Baby, which featured the song The Hustle. And it became the #1 song in America on this day in 1975, Do the Hustle. McCoy won a Grammy Best Pop Instrumental Performance. Realm Records released a how-to album. Do the Hustle. Released a how-to album during the dance craze in 1976. And you probably can't find that thing these days. Anyway, our birthday list includes Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Nikolai Coster-Waldau is 56. He played Jaime Lannister on Game of Thrones. He was the twin with the kinky, perverted twin sister chick, Cersei, right? When she the queen chick, right? Yeah. In fact, I DVR'd. They played the Game of Thrones again. They do it every once in a while on some cable thing, HBO or someplace. And I think I DVR'd the last episode of the last couple when she went nuts and was killing everybody and the dragons.
Made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it was really just ridiculous. And then you got to remember the craze was all those people who named their daughters not Cersei. What was her name? Khaleesi, yeah, and all, and yeah.
Yeah, named after a mass murderer.
Yeah, psychopath. And Flounder, we have a musical history note here for you today, ladies and gentlemen, from 1987. If you will, Flounder. Yes, it's Rick Rolling. Rick Astley released the song called Never Gonna Give You Up in 2000. That was 1987. But we're no strangers to love. In 2007, internet users started using this song as bait and switch prank, in which an unrelated link would take the user to the song Never Gonna Give You Up and the video. It increased in popularity after its use as a 2008 April Fool's Day joke by media companies and websites, including YouTube, which rickrolled all of its videos on that day. Ashley himself rickrolled the 2008 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with a surprise performance of the song on a Cartoon Network float. Rick Rollin started in 1987 with this song. Holy cow. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 539 404-741-1230 741-1230. Quick update. In case you missed it earlier, I love good news things, and this is turned out to be really a sweet one. In Nebraska, a woman named Immaculata Jackman was heartbroken when her dog Chong escaped from her Lincoln, Nebraska home 5 years ago. She said, we kept looking for him. We went to our old neighborhood, drove around everywhere. Anybody could see him, maybe walking around something. 5 years later, a friend sent Jackman a social media post that Chong had been found behind an Indiana truck stop 640 miles away. She reached out to the county animal shelter to claim her dog, but someone had microchipped Chong in the years he was missing, 5 years. The staff said, we're sorry, but we contacted the person who had the microchip number to come pick him up. And if that person comes to pick him up, we got to give him the dog, even though it's originally yours. The person failed to show up within 3 days, and the shelter said he didn't show, so you can keep your dog. Get your dog back.
How do they know it was their dog?
I don't know, but it was. I mean, they said they recognized. I don't know.
600 miles away?
Yeah. Somebody sent him a picture and said, it's microchip. I don't know, but that's what happened. And they were able to readopt their own dog. And they have a new dog as a new brother now after Chong went missing. Anyway, the footage shows originally the dog was a little awkward and confused about the reuniting, and then obviously realized, oh my goodness, barking and cuddling. And anyway, so it's that's kind of a nice
smell. You got to get used to the smell again.
Yeah. Well, I've had one example where I was away from my one of my special dogs for a fairly long period of time. And when I got the chance to be reunited again, I broke down in tears, and he was all over me. Anyway, it's a sweet thing. It's a wonderful thing. Oh, by the way, a quick update on that shooting in Seattle at the Food Court Center over the weekend, Seattle Center. Shots ring out, and 2 men were killed immediately. A 56-year-old woman was shot and later died at the hospital. 4 others were wounded, 2 women, a man, and a 2-year-old child. The child was shot. He never even cried. He was conscious. The mother, of course, was beside herself. It was 2 kids shooting at each other. The first kid they caught, 15. Black kid with a huge afro, and his pants were down past his fanny. That old gangster look from the 80s. Remember that? Well, and it was another kid who got away. And so anyway, I mean, it's just unfreaking believable. And then in Paris, holy cow, a knife-wielding madman north of Paris near the Paris court. Social media video shows a guy, long dark hair, wearing a cream-colored tracksuit on the sidewalk, 2 butcher knives. A guy screams, look out, he's got a knife, he's a lunatic. The attacker attacked 3 women between the ages of 36 and 19. Good Samaritans confronted him. An off-duty police officer put him an end to the rampage. They caught the guy. 2 of the women were seriously wounded, but they're going to live. They show the attacker lying on the ground surrounded by bystanders with knives strewn nearby. And he said, it was Allah. It was Allah who commanded me. It was the police officer. And by the way, he said it was Allah who commanded me. And the police say the motive of the attack remains unknown. Okay. I think we could probably figure it out. And now the French National Anti-Terrorist Prosecutor is deciding whether to open an investigation. Jesus. And in Berlin,
seem to just attack women. You notice that?
Yeah. Well, for good reason. If you're an attacker like that. And in Berlin, a madman inspired by ISIS killed 1 guy and injured 29 others when he rammed that Pride festival in his van. He was killed in a shootout with the cops. I mean, holy smokes. And by the way, talking about weird murder cases, this is bizarre. Brian Kohlberger wants to change his mind. Brian Kohlberger pleaded guilty to murdering 4 University of Idaho students in the early home invasion. Remember that back in whatever it was? He pleaded guilty, and now he says, oh, no, I had bad lawyer. I have an absolute claim of innocence. My actual innocence is my truth. The plea hinged on false promises and blatant disinformation must be withdrawn. Justice was not served, circumnavigated by a broken plea, which is the title of a book about the case. He says essentially his lawyers lied to him, and now he wants to change his plea. But as part of the plea deal, he waived his right to an appeal. Now, this is not necessarily an appeal of the guilty verdict, but it's obviously something that a court's going to have to deny. You can't just suddenly say, I changed my mind. Well, you can sue your lawyer. I mean, that happens if you have bad counsel. That's a thing. I can't imagine this will go very far. I mean, it was 4 women, and they got a lot of evidence, including the DNA and all kind of video and all kinds of stuff. So this isn't going to go anywhere. But again, I even hate talking about it. Good grief. All right, hold on. It's 5:45 already. Holy moly. Give her a beat and fly. And by the way, the crowd is still out there. I put video on Facebook and YouTube. Thousands of these, mostly young people, mostly women, and they're here for some concert at the Battery. And I showed them, and they've been out there since this morning. All day in this heat on concrete. I wonder how many people have fainted. Where they go to the bathroom, where they get something to drink. I mean, it's got to be brutal. I mean, there's public
restrooms throughout Truist.
Well, that's true. That's right, true. But still, I mean, it got to be a nightmare waiting for that all day and still out there in the sun. What is it, 92? Give her a peanut flounder. Look out. Here we go.
More than just headlines on your ride to work? It's the Morning Extra, live from 6 to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
It's Toyota's Big One sales event at Marietta Toyota now through August 3rd. And if you commute every day, the 2026 Toyota Camry may be the one to see first. It's now all hybrid with up to 53 miles per gallon city, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And with 50 Camrys in stock, Marietta Toyota has the selection to help you find the trim and color you actually want. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. And we've been voted Best of Cop for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, and Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid. As low as 4.99% APR for 48 months through August 3rd. Visit us on Cop Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota, since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/3/2026. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title, and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422-PLUM.
Opioids can start as a prescription for pain, but misuse can happen quickly, and addiction doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone. Take medications only as prescribed. Never share them and store and dispose of them safely. If you or someone you love is struggling, help is available. Call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Prevention starts with awareness. Learn more at georgiaopioidhelp.org. Sponsored by the Georgia Opioid Crisis Abatement Trust.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3, Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station.
The left, master manipulators of the English language. One such manipulation is to take 2 words and combine them into one. The 2 words are common sense combined into the word common sense, as in common sense immigration reform or common sense gun control. The goal here, the tactic here, is very easy. When they call a particular policy common sense, what they are saying is, if you don't agree with that policy, you simply lack common sense.
Bortz weighs in with commentary every day and is live with the Morning Extra on Tuesdays. Atlanta Talk Radio legends are only on Extra 106.3.
I deleted the last song.
The dog's out? Did you delete dogs out? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, heartbreaker. Well, and so, okay, that's fine. So this is Mockingbird, and we were, is this because of
Carly Simon?
Carly Simon.
I had it popped up on here.
81 years old, and she has
what was her last song?
Her last song?
No, our last song.
Oh, it was supposed to be Cass Elliot with Mama's in Dream a Little Dream. And before that, John Denver, Annie's song. John Denver wrote Annie's song on a chairlift in 10 minutes, a tribute to his wife, Annie. And on this day, that was in 1974, and on this day in 1968, Cass Elliot released the Dream a Little Dream, been recorded by Frank Sinatra, Frankie Lane, and others. Hers would, Mama Cass, be the most successful when it peaked at number 12 in America, by the way, for the record. Quick birthday, Maureen McGovern is 77 the morning after, and so on and so forth. And, Daisy. And we were going to play The Dogs Out. It was on this day in 2020, Who Let the Dogs Out, released by the Baha Men, their first hit song and their last. It reached the top 40. Some say it gained popularity after being used in the animated movie Rugrats in Paris, the movie. It won a Grammy for Best Dance Recording in 2001. Who Let the Dogs Out. That doesn't mean the song was a hit with everybody. It was the number one song on Spinner's list of the top 20 worst songs ever, and number 8 on Rolling Stone's worst songs of the 90s, even though it didn't come out till 2000. But wasn't that Arsenio Hall, who used to go oof, whoop, whoop because of the Who Let the Dogs Out song? Wasn't that his thing? Was that because of the song? Or
no, I think he just did that on his own.
Did it have anything to do with that song?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember anyway. Just for the record. Okay, Kim, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, Pete Davis, just for fun, tell the little people once again your story about your little wildlife example here today, which I think is really good. And you got to put that video up so people can see it if you have video of that. Tell the story, please. Pete.
Some birdies. They hatched 2 weeks ago right outside my front door, some Carolina wrens. And there is 4 of them in there, as I found out. But one of them led the way out today. Yeah. Jumped down, ran around the porch, then jumped off the porch and ran around the yard. The brothers and sister jumped out after him. So there's 3 of them running around. And the mother shows up and leads them over to the bushes and starts showing them how to hop up and fly up into the smaller branches. And they start following her. And I turn around. There's one still left in the nest. And he's like looking around going, where'd everybody go? And he finally jumped down, and I guess he found him because I didn't see what happened to him after that. But he jumped down and ran after him, and there was like 4 of them flying around looking for places to learn how to fly, following the mother, learning from them.
When is the last time anybody listening right now watched birds leaving the nest, learning to fly? I mean,
I've always missed it. The martins leave every year. I miss it every year, but this time I heard them, and they were out there chirping real loud, and I looked out, and he had the molt all over him, and the feathers this way and that. You could tell he hadn't been groomed or anything, and I go, well, he's about to jump, and sure enough, he jumped.
I'm amazed that they can do it. I mean, it's just a genetic, inbred.
And one of them was shy. One of them didn't do it did not follow the others and waited,
God, good. Hope they didn't leave them behind. I mean, that's the wildlife. If a kitten doesn't make it, they don't live. If a little kitten can't nurse, for example, whatever. Anyway, I'm glad the birds made it. That's a great story. That's a very, very happy story. Let's see. Once again, I mentioned earlier, this idiot who's been making the rounds of the Democratic Socialists of America, the DSA national co-chair, Megan Romer. She is making the rounds, and they're asking her yes or no questions, true or false questions, and she is admitting what the hell they're after, like ruining America. Talking to Shannon Bream, among others. Shannon Bream, you're advocating to abolish the Senate. That's true. Support for replacing the presidency and Supreme Court. Absolutely. She said proposals like abolishing borders and prisons, part of their long-term vision. They're admitting it. Open borders are going to nationalize all those people, give them grant mass amnesty, defund the Pentagon, open the border wide, and the Democrats are welcoming them. It's here. They're communists. I mean, they're here. Good Lord. Anyway, let's see. Oh, by the way, Pete, I saw the story, and again, it's kind of a sports thing. I don't know how you react to this. It was the president of FIFA, FIFA, I guess it is. The president of FIFA is hitting back at the critics who were complaining about the World Cup. And he published a letter today and it said, you overlooked the joy and togetherness. My God, you were so consumed, you reporters, you were so consumed by hate and criticism, you missed it all. To those behind their pens and papers, behind their screens, spreading hate and false rumors, I want to say that while you were sitting behind, we at FIFA are on the front lines, organizing, working hard, delivering the best show in the world. No violence, no incidents, 100% safety and security, only joy and happiness. And, of course, the disciplinary decision thing about letting the guy play again when Donald Trump got involved. So, I mean, there are some issues, I think. But still, the fact of the matter is, I, as a soccer hater, I used to make fun of soccer my whole life. And the fact of the matter is, I loved watching that stuff and watching the news, even watched some of the games.
It was passion behind it. It was fun.
And I enjoyed watching the games. And again, I DVR'd one. Well, no, I DVR'd one so I could skip to the high if there were highlights. Yes. I couldn't watch 2.5 hours and no score, but I did DVR them just to watch the highlight stuff. I mean, it was great.
It's only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's 90 minutes. You know exactly, well, unless, of course, there's stoppage time and all that crap.
But still, I mean, I could see, I go fast forward to see if somebody scored or, somebody was screaming and on the, yelling on the ground, my leg, so I'd enjoyed
that. Knock that off.
Yeah, I know.
Because Americans don't like that.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Sorry. Don't act like men.
Talk about flopping.
Don't act, every time you fall, you act like you've broken your leg. Come on, man.
And the thing that got me was, on the other hand, when they have the opportunity, they're shoving people to the ground. I mean, they're acting like bullies, total tough guy bullies. And yet when they get hit in the knee, oh, my leg, Anyway, it was just, that's acting. Anyway, but it was good stuff. It was good stuff. I got a story here that I found. Remember Brooke Baldwin? Brooke Baldwin was an anchor woman, and wasn't she on Fox for a long time? If I'm not mistaken.
CNN.
That's right. She was on CNN. I'm not sure whether she kept going to other places, but Brooke Baldwin was, you would call her attractive. I mean, she was definitely a good-looking woman, no question.
Makeup, a lot of makeup.
Yeah. But a good-looking woman, and now she's in a feud with Megyn Kelly about her sex life. Now, over the weekend, Brooke Baldwin posted a video that said she was talking about casual sex, and she was talking about how 4 guys flew in from either other parts of the world to try to have sex with her, and she turned them down. But she said, I turned them down, every single one, but y'all know I love sex. If I may be so bold, I'm pretty damn good at it. And Brooke Baldwin has said, sex to me is like oxygen. She has been upfront about it. She's not looking for a serious relationship like right now. Casual sex, very much on the table. I've thought about it a lot. It will be empowering, almost certainly pleasurable, and I'm a grown-ass woman with choices. Well, Megyn Kelly had a reaction to that, and she said Brooke Baldwin is blasting Megyn Kelly for lies about her sex life. Brooke Baldwin was flying to L.A. She got a call about an incident with her and Kelly. This is how I discovered Megyn Kelly's devoted 9 minutes of her show to my Substack comments about casual sex. The podcast, Megyn Kelly said 4 million subscribers on the Ruthless podcast, that Brooke Baldwin used to be a serious anchor. Now her work and her mission include banging 4 men in a month. And realized, well, she had to take that back because she didn't actually have sex with those 4 guys who flew in from around the world to have sex with her. Anyway, Brooke Baldwin admitting she loves casual sex. Well, I'll be damned. Hey, Flounder, how about one more Flounders Funny just to wrap it all up here? Oh, son of a chicks, man. Chicks.
Like, I live out in Los Angeles. There's a bunch of Scientologists out there. And the first time I heard the story of Scientology, I was like, that is the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my life. Yeah. Like, your guy's name is Ron. Ron. And he wasn't alive thousands of years ago, so you can hide a lot of it in the mystery. This guy was alive like 45, 50 years ago. He had a driver's license, social security number. There's like footage of him stubbing his toe. Motherfucker, right? I don't know what happened. He was working at Denny's. He got sick of it. He's like, oh, I'll start a religion. Hey, everybody, there's a spaceship coming back. Everybody's getting sneakers. This is Tom Cruise. We're going to try to make you clear. Right? Now, look, I'm paraphrasing. To be fair to the Scientologists, I am paraphrasing. But that's essentially what they believe in. And I said that is the dumbest I ever heard, while simultaneously still kind of believing that a woman who never got had a baby that walked on water, died, and came back 3 days later.
Oh, man.
Bill Burr at his finest.
That's our guy. Holy smokes. All right, boys. I don't know. By the way, have you heard that at Arizona State University now you can major in influencing? Arizona State, major in influencing. You know, I have a degree from there.
Came up one story short today.
Oh, my God.
Oh, almost there.
I'll say the Netflix guy. I'll get it tomorrow. Cover Pete and Flounder. Guys, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Look out.